hopefully
what?
something got captured on the mic because until right now I didn't see audio capture going off there. But
Are you for real?
yeah, I just noticed it. Did
Okay.
you? I was still outside. Wait, something is. Did you type hello, hello?
Yeah, I did. So that anybody else who comes in who should be
She
here,
sees hello, hello, right?
yeah, and they'll be like, hello, hi. How are you?"
Yeah, but okay. So the first topic:
Welcome.
5 Tennessee cops fired on DVD, 3 suspended. Right?
Oh, that is the topic. Okay, okay.
That is the topic.
I
That's why I
thought
said
I
I
thought you
already.
were like a lightning.
No,
Okay,
no, no.
okay,
I
okay.
already like you knew it, but it was so funny because you told about it yesterday to me, and I was like, bro, that's not on my topic.
Oh,
But
I
then
was like,
it's
oh fuck. No.
yeah, it's so funny because of like
No, it's just it popped up everywhere, and I'm like, why?
it's because
I mean, people love gossip and shit, you know.
that's
So
right.
like,
That's right. Like that's why they like it. Like for example, if 5 people were caught having sex in Stanley, that's gonna be news instantly. You know,
yeah,
like, you're gonna be like, what? Where were they even doing it? Like that's gonna be
like
the
what were your line leaders doing? Why
it
did they call
was,
you
it,
back?
it was the line leaders.
Oh, then that's fine. You wouldn't catch it until a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, until later. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, where's the line leader? You had to search for the line leader,
Yeah.
and then you're like, why are you fucking on the job? You know?
Because
But
I get paid what $20 an hour to do it.
that's good. But I think the main reason it blew up was because.
Cheers.
Cheers. The main reason it blew up was because, like, it's policemen, right? And, like, you're supposed to be serving people and shit like that, and here you are.
It seems like they serve somebody.
They were serving each other.
Yeah, that's
Not
somebody.
the people.
I mean,
They were
outside
like,
the
you are a
uniform.
person, I am a person, the people.
Yeah,
No, but that's what I'm
it's
saying.
like
right?
you the people, for the people, by the
By
people.
the people, fuck the people.
Yeah.
It was an offender. But, yeah, so I think that's why they're like, so you're getting paid by our tax dollars,
Mm.
and you just. I forgot that it said motion capture. You're getting paid by our tax dollars, and you're just fucking on the job.
Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy because they got caught because of a party that they were having as well.
Oh.
Report reveals women officer at center of investigation hosted girls gone wild hot tub party. Like who snitched?
Yeah.
Like,
Who's like, okay, I've done my part. Now I want to get famous or infamous. Also, I want a hot tub.
hot tubs are dope.
Yeah.
You could accidentally die though if you stay for too long.
I would not mind, like, you know.
Dying in a hot tub?
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, because
I
I'll be
understand.
comfy till I die.
Will you be though? 'Cause
Probably.
you'll feel really tired at one point.
Yeah. And then I'll just be like, yeah, let me just go to sleep real quick. And then I'll just not wake up.
You know what? Fair.
Yeah. You know what? I think that's the way to go. Now
How
that
do
I
you
think
want
about
to
it.
put me in a hot tub?
Yeah.
Just put me in a hot tub and we'll be good.
Yeah.
But
Why'd you pick me up?
you hit my slipper, flip flop.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly.
I'm
but
cold.
that being said,
The cold.
were you mad? Were you? What were you seeing about the story later? Like you were saying that.
Oh no, it's just like, how do I say?
It was focusing only on the girl. Was
Yeah,
it?
like you know the typical things people say when it's like a woman who's promiscuous and stuff like that. Oh man, going out of frame. You, we, oh my she.
Alright, there you go. I think that should be good. So yeah,
Small there.
let's know where you are.
Just fucking around with the mic.
Yeah, give us a sec. I'm
There
sorry.
we go. I'm in
We
frame.
should get more professional camera. We need professional shit.
Yeah, we need a cameraman just recording.
No, we don't need that much. That's just too expensive. We get him to do it.
Mm.
He just falls asleep. It's just sideways. Wait, yeah.
Like you a fucking penguin.
Oh shit, what's happening to me? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Hey. Okay, so,
Mm-hmm.
continue. Is this
So
how when women are promiscuous?
yeah, like you know all the names that people call them. That's the thing that people are saying everywhere. Like somebody was like, I can't believe these dudes lost their job over um, a girl who looks like that Rick and Morty cop, who's a Morty, like an older Morty, and I'm like, that's so mean. Kinda true, but that's so mean. Like, why though? You know? And it's just not fair. Like, I haven't seen anything about, except this one, I think, Facebook group that I'm in that they were actually defending the girl a little bit. Not even defending, just like,
no. The thing is, you can't defend any of them.
not defending. They were like,
Equally abusing.
yeah. They're like, it's not just her fault, it's their fault too.
Oh yeah. They could have been like, no. Like if we were in the police department, we would have said no, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not like
So hands up.
Okay, that you would still go to jail. You won't get
I wouldn't
fired.
shoot her, I would just hold the gun.
Oh, okay.
Plus, I would only have one gun. My other hand would just be a finger gun.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But
I want to get laughed at.
I mean,
I think somebody would shoot me just for that.
they're like, we don't need you. You get fired from the job.
No, like the police captain behind the, you know what? We don't need you, the precinct to take you
That's
out.
it, like, no, they fire you from the job. They don't get fired because you got fired and they nearly got caught. But you saved them. But yeah. So they were just equally abusing each of.
Not equally abusing. They were just like that one group was like, it's not fair that only the girl getting dragged for this because the guys did an equally bad thing.
I think the fact, I don't know, I think she was in an open relationship, right? The girl.
I don't think so.
Because one of the officers said they were in an open relationship with the wife and her, and the wife already knew that he was fucking her. So.
But even then, like that's
No,
one
you know
hour.
what I'm saying, right? So
Yeah.
I think she was. Am I proper? Yeah. I think she was in an open relationship.
I don't know if it's
Right.
her or an officer who's in an open
No,
relationship with his
that
wife.
officer is definitely in an open relationship with his wife.
Yeah.
I'm saying maybe she was in an open relationship.
I don't think so.
Okay, so Patrick Magliocco, right,
Yeah.
was in an open relationship with his wife and Hall, right? So the
With his what?
wife and Hall, Hall's the name of the.
Oh, Hall.
Yeah, her
See, the way
name's
you said it sounded wrong.
Hall.
Oh, you said or.
Oh.
No.
I mean, you're just being mean to her now. What?
No,
I
you
know.
bitch. I'll smack you in the months again. Why
Megan.
is it so soft? It's so bendy.
Yeah, it is.
Like it's squishy.
Megan Hall, right? So Megan Hall was in a sexual relationship. The only thing people can be like, okay, maybe she was a bit worse, was all of them just fucked one chick. She fucked five
No.
people.
Listen, this
You
is
know?
going back to the age-old stupid analogy that it's like the one lock, one key kind of thing.
I'm not saying
No.
that.
I get that.
I
It
didn't
is
say
not. No. We
How is that?
having sexual partners is not something that it's
No. Cheating with 5 people is worse than cheating with one person. True or false?
I don't know. Cheating is cheating.
Cheating
It doesn't
is
matter
cheating.
if you cheat. You cheat. That's
Yeah.
it. It's a number
you
that
know
doesn't
what?
matter.
Maybe, see the thing is, if she cheated with 5 people, right?
Mhm.
That still could be personal with each 5 person. If she was cheating with 20 people, I think it's like kind of better than cheating with one other person. Do you get what I mean? Because at
No.
that point, she's not searching for another relationship or anything like that. She's
It
just
doesn't sound like she was in
holding
this
out.
one either.
No, this one definitely not. I'm just saying, you know.
No,
So
I
maybe it's
disagree.
very-
I disagree.
No,
I
I-
get your comedic thing, but no, I disagree.
But on a more serious note, that's
Yeah.
the only thing that people could say. I don't agree
No,
with it.
it's not. It's not that people are. It's not making her worse or anything.
Mhm.
It's that she's the only one who's being painted in a bad light. Nobody's mentioning the guys. Everybody is just saying, "Oh, this officer and this officer, this policewoman and all that.
Mhm.
And like I didn't see anywhere that anybody was talking about the guys. And I'm like, why? Why is this so one-sided? You know, like both sides did a bad thing. You can't. It's not fair to just accuse like one side of the thing. You know?
Oh no, 100%. I
Yeah.
agree with that though.
How do you look so cool? The blue hair and shit.
You should get blue hair. Like I tried.
Did we? Yeah, I think at the time we did try.
you
Yeah.
tried, yeah.
But no, I think it'll be a while before I try to dye my hair again. Letting all
Wow.
the bleach and everything go out first. My hair is still kind of brown on the parts that I did bleach it.
My hair's back to normal.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Wonder
Mark
why.
is missing most of his hair.
I don't know what he's talking about. But
Yeah, go to sleep, bitch. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
that's how is that even? What is that threat?
Then I'll cut off your hair while you're sleeping.
Oh, okay. That sounded much worse than I cut off your hair while you're sleeping, kind of threat, you know. But
I don't know, bro.
what?
Nothing. I just said I don't know, bro.
Okay.
That's true. I don't know a lot of things, bro.
So I don't know. I still don't know how they got caught. You know, because it has to be. It had to be going on for a while, right?
Maybe.
Let me.
I don't know what you're insinuating here. What do you mean?
When Hans top came off.
Yeah, how do they know that her top came off and everything? What? Why is it in so much detail? Unnecessary.
You gotta
detail.
write. You gotta write what happened when you commit a crime. I forget the statement. You had to give a statement
Okay.
to the police.
Yeah,
So
but
they
why
probably
is it
wrote-
in the news article though?
They found
Like
it
they're
there.
like, yeah, her top came off and everybody went wild. Like,
Yeah, they're like,
bro.
oh my god. No, so canine sexual harassment after sex changing.
so
sex.
sad that nobody's here. Scusi?
It's okay. It's okay. We mainly.
Yeah.
What?
No, we mainly what?
We mainly are doing this for ourselves, yeah. So
True.
it doesn't really matter. I think one of the other wives complained. At that point, it's not snitching.
What do you mean? Why is it not snitching?
One of the wives of the police officers complained that she was what do you call?
Oh, so she knew.
No, so they got caught in a family trip, right? Like companies have family trips and stuff like that. So the police had
Yo,
gone
that's
on
so fucking bold.
yeah, the company had gone on a family outing, and when she got drunk, they had been in a hot tub,
Mm-hmm.
and there were other wives,
Mm-hmm.
and then Magliocco poured vodka down on her throat, right?
Who's Magliocco?
One of the police officers.
Okay.
And after that, she took her top off
Okay.
in the hot tub.
Okay.
And then when the top came off,
Mm.
one other dude called Stat
Mm-hmm.
was like, hey, like he covered her and tried to put it back on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And after that, she found Magliocco on the way back or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and asked him if he wanted to fuck,
Okay.
and gave him oral sex when they got off the boat.
Was she like drunk at this point or what?
I
Or
think so.
intoxicated?
I think so. She did have vodka poured down her throat, so she must have been at least a bit intoxicated, right?
Mm.
And then the thing is, after,
So see, like the issue of consent comes on as well and everything.
but no, she asked him,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
Yeah, but the
No, that doesn't
consent-
work, Puvi.
Yeah, it is.
No, if
No,
you
even
ask a person for consent,
No,
Right.
no. Even if like you are intoxicated, it doesn't work the other way.
what do you mean?
Yeah, look it up. Cause I used to do this thing,
Yeah,
right?
no, but I disagree. If someone is drunk and they were like, hey, I want to have sex with you, and if you're like, are you sure? And they say yes,
That's
It's
the thing. That's
consensual.
the thing. You can.
No,
Like,
if
no.
they say it's halfway here, I want to stop.
No, no, no,
that's-
not that's halfway through. That's completely different. But when they're even like, my bitch just fucked off the screen. When they're like initiating off, in
Because
the
you
beginning and
fucked off the
everything.
screen for me, you went that way.
No, my camera's facing the other way. Alright.
Ah, I almost fell.
There you go.
He's having the time of his life with his camera. Alright.
Yeah, the intoxication thing, right?
Yeah.
What?
Continue.
Oh, the camera's weaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the camera's going to fall.
If do you remember that Michael Myers movie? Is it Michael Myers? Austin Powers. Is that the dude? Glasses. There's one scene where the drunk girl asks to sleep with him, and he says no, because it's a religious society or something like that. That is one prime example. If
That's
that,
good. Okay, that's all fine.
no.
Okay,
The,
I get it.
the
I get it.
person is intoxicated.
The main point here is she had asked while she was not intoxicated as well.
Okay.
This is not the first time.
Okay.
that has happened.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah.
I was just saying, like, you know.
But that has to be talked about
What?
because if you're blackout drunk, I get it. But if you're
No,
not blackout
drunk is like you're
because
different.
then it's not consensual at all. It doesn't matter whether you
Yeah, but
I get
the
that.
intoxication part plays into it. So if you're intoxicated and you ask somebody, it's not consent because you are in no position to ask in the first place.
Who are you to tell me whether I'm in a position or
That's
not?
the thing. So if like
Like-
in that situation, right? For example, the girl who's drunk asks the guy, and the guy says, "Okay, you're drunk. Ask me again when you're sober," and that is consent. If they ask me later, like that's a different thing. But when
what
one
if they're
party,
like, I don't want to have sex if I'm not drunk.
that is consent. Because you are giving consent ahead of time when you're sober.
Oh, okay. What if they say that while they're drunk?
Then it's different.
And then they say it later when they're sober. Now
Then
I
it's
don't
a-
want to have sex with you because I'm not drunk.
Then that's fine. You will get them drunk later.
No.
I said no, they will get drunk later. Not get them drunk. That's not what I meant. No.
Puvi's violating over
Listen.
there. You get them drunk later, it's fine, you know? Give them some absinthe, they should be good. Yeah. Get them drunk real quick, you know?
Are you talking about absinthe? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pure alcohol, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so fun to watch it though. Have you had I think it's called Green Fairy, the drink at least.
Well, it looks like I've agreed.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. The
But
one
not
where
in
they-
real life.
Oh, they put
The
the,
way-
drink
like,
in the
yeah,
shot
I
glass,
seen
and
the
then there's like a
YouTube
little holder thing
Yeah,
that's like a spoon.
You had to drip water into it, or no, you drip the absinthe into the shot glass and then you put water because otherwise Heinz
No,
chain
no,
absinthe
not-
is bad or something like that.
No, it's not that one. I think it's like
The YouTube video where they had a whole ass equipment, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
No, not YouTube video. Like I'm talking real life experience. I've
Oh,
seen
okay.
people being served this. before.
Okay, so
I've served it to people. too.
okay, Puvi.
Yeah, but basically the shot glass, and then they
Yeah.
put like this little spoon kind of thing. On top of it, they put a sugar cube on there,
Yeah.
and then they
That
put the
is a
alcohol,
sugar
and then
cube.
they
Yeah,
light it
yeah. Oh, why is it light?
for display.
Okay.
Yeah, and then basically like the sugar will melt, and then they just pull the spoon in, and then they drink it. But the shot will be on fire. It's pretty cool.
Would you try it?
Probably not.
Why not?
I mean, one, I don't drink like that,
Yeah.
and second, fire. I probably won't hurt, but like just in case. I've seen people fuck up before, so.
What do you
But I've seen people who went to drink like a cocktail that was on fire and accidentally poured it over themselves. So they
But it evaporates, right? Immediately. Kind of.
But the fire will spread.
Have you seen it spread?
Yeah, like the fire that was in the glass went all over the body. They were like,
Did they burn?
I didn't see that part.
Oh, you ran away.
No, it was on
You
video.
saw the fire, you know.
It was on video.
Okay, I thought you were talking about your real life
No,
experience.
no.
But that's interesting. I didn't know. I did know what you were saying, but I always thought it was like if they genuinely don't seem like in a state to say that, you know. Because for
Well,
me, when I drink,
Mm.
I have a really high tolerance level, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So what do you mean by intoxicated? A bit of alcohol?
I think
You,
you
you
would.
get what I mean? Because
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if
No,
I
if you had like one drink and you're fine, that's different. But like, there's a threshold where you're like, just like intoxicated, and then like you
the
just
thing
had a
is
sip or
like there are
something
some
like
people like me, right,
that. Mm.
who are peaking for a long or plateauing for a long time,
Yeah.
and then we just black out.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean? So I don't have that intoxicated level. You get what I mean?
Yeah, like
My
you just power
intoxicated
through.
level is the blackout.
Yeah, yeah. So,
And the blackout has two stages as well, but that's different.
yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like, it's kind of hard to explain it, but because then I need to remember all the alcohol safety I was talking about. But,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just for one, you know that .08 BAC, that one.
Yeah, that one I knew. I made a breathalyzer, so I had to know that.
Yeah, I want to get a breathalyzer just for fun.
You can make a breathalyzer.
Unless I have the motivation to make it, maybe I'm gonna be real right now. I have so many things around this room right now that are still in pieces because I didn't have the motivation to put it together. Like
Infinity Gauntlet is still in my house, so.
no, see that one I had motivation. I
Yeah,
was
you
excited,
did it.
and I was bored that one day, so I was like, yeah, let me do it.
Yeah.
So I did it in like what a couple of hours or something.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. But I have like the 3D crystal puzzle in that box. I have like this.
We had a wood puzzle that we got to do together.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
And then I have like this art thing where have you seen where people like they take like a big piece of paper and then or just piece of paper they paint all over it in different colors
Mm-hmm.
and then they paint black over it and then you take a toothpick
yeah,
and like
we used
pick
to
it
do
up.
that in like grade 1.
Yeah, but you can also buy
The
those
black-
ones.
yeah,
and
yeah.
then you follow the lines to
That's-
trace and stuff.
Oh, we didn't have that, but we would get like it was mixed like that, and the black was already put on,
Yeah.
and we just had to draw.
Yeah, and then you can just draw and stuff, right?
Yeah,
But sometimes you can buy ones that have like the outline in like gray or something like that, so that all you have to do is just follow the lines and you'll get the picture at the end.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have one of like a pagoda on there, and I still haven't done it because I started doing it and I lost motivation real quick. So I was like,
Oh, so have you started?
yeah.
Show me. I want to see the progress.
Oh, it's very little. I barely did like a few lines on there.
Let's see the. I'll tell you guys what it looks like.
Like I said, it doesn't look like much. If I can even find it. Here, my dude. Rashmi, keep talking. Don't.
Yeah,
don't
sorry,
have
no,
dead
I
air.
was-
You're like, goddamn.
I was sending the link of a stream to my brother.
Okay.
I was like, come watch, man. But the thing is,
Yeah.
it's interesting because I think Twitch has a better live streaming outreach, as in like they're better at pushing out new channels and new streams. out.
Twitch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we'll always get a random viewer in at least for like 5 minutes. You know?
Well, no, that depends. You know, because you can't rely on that.
No, I know that. But like I think I've been listening to I listen to this weird shit online, right? So I was reading. That's pretty cool. But what have you done?
Let me show you.
I'm expecting 3 lines.
Oh no, I did this.
Yeah. So anyways, what I was gonna say was that
You watch weird shit online.
they say that Twitch is is it all you?
No, some of those lines I think got scratched when I was moving.
Oh, that's
kinda-
unlucky.
Yeah, that's kind of bad.
But it kind of looks cool as hell. You did this.
Yeah.
So he's done the moon and a bit,
A bit of the moon, a bit of the
leaves.
tree.
Leaves, not tree, right?
No.
Yeah,
on a
yeah. It's on a tree. Bit of the tree. must have taken some time to do that, though, right? Because you want to be careful.
Yeah, that's the problem with it because there's no real outline, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is there. So even if I could go zigzag or I could like take a fork or something, just go all the way and
What if you
everything would
do everything?
all the colors would show up. Like it's like normal. All the colors are underneath and then the black is on there and then they have like the blue outline like on it as well.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, if you just scratched everything up, right?
It would just be all colors.
All colors.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna do it for you right now.
No.
Let me.
Wait, let me give you a
I did it. I did it. I'm done. You don't know what I did, but I did it.
this one.
Yeah. I did. But okay, so Twitch has a better outreach than YouTube, even on those documentaries, because YouTube started as a dating site and then switched to a video site, right?
Really?
But it was never meant to be.
I had no idea.
Really?
Yeah. Why?
So-
how would it be a dating site?
YouTube was supposed to be a dating site where you upload your vids and be like, hey, this is me, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, and it didn't
How-
take off. So people were like,
problem is me.
the
Yeah.
owners were like, hey, you know, we just make it a video sharing site.
Mm.
And the first video sharing video that was shared was one of the owners in a zoo in front of an elephant or
Did he
something
get
like that.
stepped on?
No. It's just such a random video.
Oh,
80
okay.
million views though, because it's the first video on YouTube, right?
Mm.
So it was made for videos, not live stream. And then they added live streaming later. So they hadn't optimized it. While Twitch.tv, it had a different name before I forget.
Musically.
No, that's TikTok. So Twitch.tv, it was like Jack.tv or something like that. I can't
Jackbox.
remember. No, that's Jackbox. Relax. So they are optimized for live streaming. You know,
Yeah. Well, then again, like
Justin.tv. Justin.tv, yes.
Yeah.
So Justin.tv switched to Twitch.tv.
Mm.
But yeah, live streaming is better on Twitch. For example, when it comes to chat and stuff, a lot of people say YouTube chat. If you have a lot of people in stream, it's harder to read it, you know,
On Twitch.
on YouTube because it loads immediately, right? But on Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
it lets you do it in a way that it will just scroll whenever you want to, or you can highlight and stuff like that. It's
Oh.
actually worse than YouTube. Like YouTube's chat implementation is better as a program,
Mm-hmm.
but it's worse. It's a worse user experience.
Yeah. See, my thing was that we have a lot of audience who are like different ages and stuff like that. Not everybody uses Twitch. YouTube, I thought, is a more of like a user friendly.
Oh, I enjoy
reach,
YouTube more.
you know.
I'll be honest. Yeah.
So, and for people, I think like if you, for example, somebody older and stuff, right? If you
Mhm.
send them like a Twitch link,
They have to make a con and all
and
that.
yeah, and that would like put them off because it's like something new that they don't understand.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
yeah, that's the thing.
Mm.
But where did this come from?
I was saying that like chat and stuff, it's harder to find a live stream on
Yeah.
YouTube compared to Twitch.tv. Do you think we can stream on both at the same time?
Yeah,
How would you do that?
I forgot, but I think you can do it.
I've seen people do it.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, anything else you want to add to that topic? Okay,
No.
here's my question.
Yeah.
Would you fuck 5 girls in a company that you were working in
No.
while you were getting paid?
No.
If she didn't get caught?
No.
Okay. Good answer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't either just because it's not, it doesn't come naturally to us.
Yeah.
Pun
Probably needs some
intended.
work. Yeah.
What?
Probably needs some work.
But yeah, I don't know. It's very weird because some people can be in open relationships and stuff like that as well.
Mm.
And I can't see myself being in an open relationship, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's like the age old question. I don't know whether it's age old, but can you date a porn star? You know,
Mm.
I think I can,
Mm.
but it will take some getting used to. Like,
Yeah.
but
I think that's just because like
it also depends if she was dating, doing it as a job before she met me,
mm,
versus after she met me. Like if
mm,
she was doing it as a job before she met me,
mm,
I'm not gonna make her stop doing what she's doing.
mm,
You know. But if she starts after, I'll probably be like, hey, I really don't want you to do that, you know, because it's not something you were doing before. Like
mm,
if she had been doing porn before and had stopped and then wanted to start again later,
mm.
it's something she had already done before. So maybe that's acceptable. But if it's like brand new,
Mm-hmm.
it would be a bit weird for me, you know.
I guess so, but it's also at one point it's like a give and take kind of thing because uh, how much the control or dominance are you exerting over your partner to stop them from doing something that they want to do,
No, but it's not
right?
dominance. It's comfortability in a relationship.
No,
You
no,
know?
like you, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you requesting them to stop and you like forcing them to stop is two
That
different
yeah,
things.
that exactly.
That's what I was saying,
Yeah.
but
Because if you're uncomfortable in the relationship that you're in,
mm,
and there's nothing that can be done to change it, you should leave without trying to force them to stop doing that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I see what you mean with like trying to date somebody like that. But I think it's more of like aside from like that industry by itself, right? It's I think it's the presence, the media presence that they have.
I wouldn't mind that. Unless we have kids. That might change things a bit.
Maybe,
Imagine
but
your kid going to search for porn and just see their mom out there just getting railed by some dude.
fucking Oedipus complex over there.
What's that? What?
Oedipus complex, like if the it was the Greek hero who was I think his destiny was that he would
Kill
sleep
his-
with his mom.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know this story. Why don't you we'll back sidetrack a bit? Why
Yeah.
don't you enlighten me with
So,
this story?
Basically,
I'm listening. Go ahead.
okay.
Go ahead.
How do I say it? I can't remember this.
I pieced out.
Yeah, you pieced up, but no, I can't remember what I was saying. I can't exactly remember the thing, but I think he was sent away by his dad
That I know.
when he was a kid because his
It was
dad
like he
heard
was
the
gonna kill the dad and sleep
yeah
with
his
the
dad heard the fortune, I think.
yeah.
His fate was told that no prophecy, yes, that's the word. You look so funny right now on the screen. You're doing that pose again.
That's why I said I pieced out.
Yeah. But essentially, he was when he got that when the dad got that prophecy. The dad was like this famous king and everything. He was scared because the prophecy said that he was gonna kill his dad and sleep with his
Mom.
with the king's wife, right?
Yeah.
So he was like, nope. So he sent him away. And then years later, the king had a competition, kind of like the Olympics.
Yeah.
And
Did he exchange the son or give it? No, he gave the son to be killed by a servant, but the servant felt bad and did something, right? Like
I
sent
forgot
it
it
down
was-
the river or something like that.
I forgot it was that, or he just sent him away.
Okay.
But I think it was on his like 16th or 18th birthday or something like that.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
That he would kill the father, and so the kid didn't know all this. Joined the competition.
Enemy team,
No,
right?
no. He just joined in that
Okay.
tournament. I think it was the discus throwing tournament. You know the discus?
Yeah.
He was too strong.
He killed.
He threw it and I think it chopped off the king's head or something like that.
That's crazy.
And then later
He became king.
I think he became king, and then he took his mate, right, which was the queen,
Yeah.
which was his mom, but he had no idea.
Does he
So-
find out later?
Yeah, he slept with the mom, and then later found out that he was the son, and I think at that point after the mom knew, she killed herself, and I think he killed himself as well.
I came out of her and I came in her. Huh?
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
that's the Oedipus complex. That's the story of Oedipus, but the complex was introduced by the psychologist.
Mhm.
What's one of the famous psychologists?
No idea.
I can't remember the name.
We're silent now because we're searching for the psychologist. This is why we need like a producer.
No. That's fine.
You know?
Oedipus complex. Freud.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sigmund Freud?
Yeah, he was the one who came up with it. That's why it says in Freudian theory. So he came up with it, and then he basically said that all men have the Oedipus complex, which is a want, I think, to sleep with your mom.
I have never wanted to sleep with my mom.
Exactly. So when it came out, it was like a lot of people were like, hey, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And see, if you look it up online, what complex
Yeah.
of, right?
I think Freud was studying something that he wanted to do, bro.
Yeah, I think so too. I read this book, and I think he did have those tendencies, and he was like, maybe all guys do that, but no, that's just a him thing.
No, I think what he meant to say is they're trying to see, find a partner. Maybe what he meant. I'm trying to.
No,
give him
I
the
think
credit.
he said like they
No.
wanted to.
Yeah, I know. But maybe what he wanted, like, what he said is he unconsciously wishes to have sex with his mother and disdains his father for having sex
Mhm.
and being satisfied with her.
Yeah,
Never.
right? So the first time I heard of that, I was like, hey buddy, I think we gotta talk.
Yeah, this-
Like that's not a thing.
This dude has some issues.
I'm sure there are people who are like that.
100%, but that's a fetish.
I wouldn't like, cause it doesn't start off as a fetish, you know, like for example, right? You have kids, when they're young ages, they're like,
Okay, no.
You
See,
know-
the thing is, most fetishes start because of abuse, right?
no, not necessarily.
No, most of them. It's been proven scientifically.
Okay, sure.
Right? Like for example, like if you become a sex freak, not a sex freak, but a sex addict,
Mhm.
right? More often than not, you have been sexually molested as a kid and stuff like that. You know, so it goes in either way. You either become really adverse
Yeah, I see what you mean.
against sex, or I didn't use those words properly there, or you just become like addicted to sex.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah.
And like there are other things as well. I don't know how you get a foot fetish though.
Somebody was
Smell
like,
my feet.
they're like,
No, mama, I don't want to smell.
yeah, why does this turn me on?
No, like every day he's crying. One day he's just really into it. He's like, yeah, mama. The mom's like, what the fuck?
And then the mom's like, I think we need to send the kid away. Dad's like, why? He inhaled the dirt off my foot. But no.
I don't like it anymore.
But yeah, that's basically Freud's thing, right?
That's so weird. I did not know.
Yeah.
Oedipus complex until today. I've heard of it. Never bothered to look it up until.
Yeah, cause I saw it a couple of times, and then I always thought it was like, just a story about it, and I was like, what is it then?
See, I knew the story.
Mm.
I didn't know everything else pertaining to it.
Yeah.
My camera is gonna go crazy for a second, guys.
Crazy, yeah.
Go stupid.
Chomp. Oh, I love how much data there's in this.
Oh my god, but relax. It doesn't matter whether there are people watching us or not.
No, it's just like the silences,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember the first few podcasts we I don't know about you. I always cut out the silences because
You did, yeah.
we did have a lot of big
I-
silences.
we became much better with silences. I
Yeah,
feel
because
like.
every time you go silent, I try to say stuff so it's
Mhm.
not quiet.
And we just keep. The thing is, the first two episodes were done long distance.
Yeah.
Right. It was a LDP, long distance podcast. Right. What did you?
I was like, what's the peace standing for?
That's a mad penis if it's a long.
I'm like, what?
How does that even work for me?
I don't know. Let me airdrop this dude.
That's how what do you call long distance sex works. Airdrops it
The
in.
guy's like excited. Did you get it? Did you get it? The girl's like, what? And then ding, package. Look at my dick. They just like chopped it up.
Have you seen that post? It's like you sent it to me, I think.
Oh yeah.
So you must have seen it. Open this when you are alone, and then the snap.
Ah, you're
It's
alone.
how you're alone.
Yeah. I was like, bitch, why are you calling me out right now? I'm like, okay.
But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, because it was a long distance podcast, it didn't feel as natural.
Yeah, because for one, we had like, you know, after you say something, we would take time to think and then
Yeah.
talk.
Mm-hmm.
And then the reaction time and everything always had like a kind of like a delay to it.
Yeah, and
so,
we tried to cut that out.
yeah, we did. Which is why a lot of people were like, oh, I didn't know it was long distance. You guys talk like you were
we
right next to
actually
each other.
killed it, bro.
I know. I was like, damn. you know,
Because
I'm-
the thing was, we made sure that we cut those out, and we
Yeah.
also adjusted it so that it seemed like we were
Yeah.
talking naturally. You know,
I remember doing that.
that was fun.
We came a long way from that. Because I don't do shit anymore. This is all Rashmi editing the video.
No, he did one fucking episode.
Yeah, you
He
can
did
see
it.
there's no
He did one episode. I'm glad that he did it.
yeah.
It's just I don't know. I think.
And I think if you look at the description on the videos, you can tell which one is mine.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I think it has my sense of humor there.
I think we have similar senses.
I think I'm funnier.
I do not agree with that.
No, 100%.
Yeah, you know what? I think you have a more PG sense of humor
Really?
with most people. Like I
Well,
know
yeah,
you-
because I don't want to freak out somebody.
And
because,
then,
like,
no, for me, it's just unfiltered. You know, like it's you can get really clean humor
Yeah.
or just fucking off the walls.
yeah, because I don't
So-
know. I feel like if I go off the walls, I'll stay on the walls. You know, I'm like, okay, let's not go there.
I think they'll be able to say by the titles, not by the description of the podcast.
maybe.
You know,
You know-
because I think the description is more or less the same. Like for example, this one was fucking crazy. Oh yeah, this description.
Yeah.
You know, this is something you would put. I feel like.
Maybe.
You know, and then this is 100% you. Like if I forgot that I had put this,
Yeah.
you would do this.
Mm.
You get
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? So like we have very similar senses of humor and
Yeah, I
stuff like that.
That's what I
which
was
is
saying.
why we vibe.
Yeah.
But you definitely know how to filter to an I know how to filter. It's just most of the time I can't be bothered to filter. You know.
No, because last time when, you know, like teenage and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've said ratchet shit, like off the wall kind of shit to people, just like them being like hell turned off, right? And I'm like, okay, so what do we learn from this experience? My sense of humor is not for everybody. We gotta start at level 0, not even 1, before we talk to somebody new.
That's the thing for me. Most of the time when I meet people, they're more ratchet than I am.
Mm.
And like I'll be quiet. I think you notice I'm quiet for a while before I start talking
Yeah,
with new people.
I'm quite a lot of times.
I feel like if you feel comfortable in the environment,
Yeah,
you will start talking.
yeah, for sure.
For me, even if I feel comfortable, I'm just gonna stay. I like observing for a while before I give any input.
Mhm.
to people, you know?
Yeah.
Like even with our work friends and stuff,
Mhm.
for the first few weeks, I barely said anything. I just said
Yeah.
hi and stuff to you, right? And then I opened up a bit, and then everyone left.
Mhm.
No,
That's why they left.
not imagine.
Bro, that just fucking clicked in my
That's
head.
so
They're
funny.
like, oh my
They're
god.
like, yeah, can't be bothered.
Fuck this dude. I'm applying a different job.
It was not coincidental, but it was so funny though. Like,
Yeah.
we became like close. Everyone became
Like-
close, and then everyone left.
Like, first J left,
Jay, yeah,
and then E left, and then C left,
yeah.
and
That's
now,
all good, yeah.
now it's just A.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, and I think A is gonna be here for a while, so.
Oh yeah, I mean she became a team leader and everything.
Yeah, so she's getting.
And then
pretty
you
close.
had to get late.
Huh?
You had to get late and miss that opportunity of becoming a team leader.
No, I didn't apply.
Yeah, but you can't either, right?
Well, now I don't know. I still can because the other dude who got the warning thing, he got a team lead interview.
What?
Yeah, he got a team lead. Well, third shift. They needed somebody who speaks Spanish. Team leader. I was like, oh, okay. So I guess I can still shoot my shot. There's
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
Nothing's been there on the post yet because we just came back.
That was
from
really weird. I haven't seen it empty for that long. I guess they don't
Yeah.
have any money left.
No, I think we just came back from break. So
No, but like last time they had like 3 positions after we came back from break.
This is a long break though.
Bro, I'm talking about last year, like January break.
Nah, bro, you weren't here then.
I was here, which
No.
mean?
I didn't see it, so it didn't happen.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
That's fucking omniversal over here.
Yeah.
Omnipotent. Anyways.
Anyways. Man said anyways and coughed.
Yeah, I had a cough coming up. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. No,
Germs.
jokes.
Oh
But
look, you can see my pants.
that's a bit weird. Why can you see
Damn.
your pants? Oh, you sat down. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know it moves that much.
Yeah, it does. I increased the range.
That's interesting. Okay.
That's what I want to be.
Imagine you had pants in there. It's just your brown legs.
Well, my dude's not brown. He's
Oh, shit,
almost
that's right.
Caucasian. I'm like, you
Imagine
know what?
that's just makeup and your legs
Yeah.
are brown as fuck.
That'd be so funny.
You should do that. But yeah.
I should aim to be like my V2. You know, just skinny again and like
White?
Yep. Mrs. Bleach.
That's so messed up though. Like people actually bleach their skin back at home and shit like that.
Really?
Yeah. Not back at home, in Africa and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
I mean home. But
Yeah.
my TikTok thought I was African.
I can see why.
Yeah. Thank you.
My head was worse. I was like monkey face little bitch.
That's racist for me.
No, you.
But you said I can see white for African.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, Africans. And then I was like, the thing, I was like,
Nah,
oh,
bro.
Because when I said monkey, I was like, yeah, there are monkeys in there. And I was like, yeah, monkey
Okay,
face little bitch.
okay, that's a good say.
Yeah,
Good
bro, I wouldn't call people monkey. I know how it feels. What's it here?
Yeah, but this is why you need webcam, Moshe.
Oh no, that's fine.
But no, actually don't use it because then we can't record together in the
Yeah.
same camera.
No, you can use VC face then.
What? But what about my
Fuck
thing?
you.
Okay, fair enough. I understand. Have a good day. But okay, your topic. Next
Okay,
topic.
before my
Let's
topic
switch.
though, I was looking at my shelf of Funko Pops, right?
I
And
think you did a really good job. have
I
to say.
did. Bro, you have no idea how good of a job I did. Like, look at the Marvel poster, right? The canvas.
Yeah.
Bro, I fucking measured that,
No,
right?
see, that-
The insides, because it's a big ass canvas.
Yeah.
So I've had to measure the insides of it and then mark it.
Mhm.
I used the tape measure and everything. Marked on the spots. Had to drill it just perfect there.
Mhm.
Well, actually, no, I put a nail there this time, so that's even harder. Had to make sure the nail was straight. Put it on there, and then for those shelves, I had to do basically the same thing, but those I actually drilled, and I couldn't put it all the way in because then otherwise I wouldn't be able to slide it over
Yeah.
because the drill doesn't fit.
I
To
know.
the
I know
side
what
of
you're
the
saying.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And this is the first time I actually did that because last time I just drilled it all the way in, like after I put it.
Mhm.
Worked out amazing. Like the shelf is stable. and it's about the same height and everything, and I had to measure it so that I could put like 4 layers.
Honestly, I think it is the same height.
Almost, I think the right side is a bit higher.
Slightly higher, I see that.
Yeah, but
You did, okay, here's what I'm gonna say. You did a great job with all of these here. The Funko Pops,
yeah.
the posters, this.
I mean, Spider-Man's been up there forever.
Yeah, this one,
Thank you,
the
G.
only thing I had was it was slightly off center. You
Yeah,
know?
I kind of.
But that's completely
on
fine. You don't see it, you know?
Yeah, you don't really see the first time you look at it, and then
Yeah.
you see like, oh yeah, the right's a bit
Yeah.
wider than the left.
That being said, I don't know what you were thinking with your stickers on the doors.
I told you my
See,
thought process.
No. The meanings behind it are great. The fact that they're not aligned.
What?
the-
What do you mean by a line? Like that it's not straight? Or
Yes.
what? Oh.
The one on the bathroom door, completely fine.
Yeah.
Because it says it's okay not to be perfect, it can be slandered.
Okay, here's the thing, right? Just for context to
Yeah.
everybody else listening and not seeing what we're seeing around the room. My bathroom door, I put up a sticker that's black with white words and like big
Font, yeah.
blonde,
Blonde? White.
bold font,
Yeah.
and it says
It's a mirrored.
it's a mirrored version of it's okay to not be perfect from the bottom to the top, so it's written the other way around as
Yeah.
well. And I put it on the door so that because when I'm getting ready in the morning, my door is usually open and I
so
can
you see it on the mirror.
I can see the reflection on the mirror, and
Yeah.
it says I can see it the proper way. It's okay not to be perfect, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so nice.
And that's
That was so
completely-
much thoughtful. Yeah.
That's completely fine. I get it.
Yeah.
It's fine that it's slanted as well. That actually.
No, I
adds
actually
more.
fucked that up.
That's fine. It's okay not to be perfect. That's
Yeah.
there on that. The other one though.
Okay. So the other one.
I
right?
don't know how. See, the thing is, it's not even a slight angle.
Right. Here's the thing. Right. When the other one on my bedroom door, on the outside of it,
It's
is,
a lady on a yoga meditation pose. Right?
yeah. It's a go meditate, right?
Yeah, go meditating.
And that one, when I took the sticker off and put it, I forgot that I was gonna make it straight, so I just put it, and then I was like, oh, it's not straight,
And then you couldn't take it off.
and then I just said fuck it and left it.
Fair enough.
If you want, I left it there, so I was like, you know what? Next time he comes over, you can fix it.
That is not why.
Yeah, I was gonna peel it off the other day when you were in the bathroom. I was like, you know what? I'll leave it for him, so I left it there.
No, I'm
So I
not
could
gonna.
give you the satisfaction to put him.
No, the thing is, sometimes when you leave stickers on for too long, they lose the stickiness.
That's fine.
I'm not gonna do that. It's fine. It's just, sometimes for me, I don't think I have OCD, right? But I do have a thing with things being lined perfectly, like vertically or horizontally or at a 45. It doesn't matter if it's at a 45 as well because it's a proper angle and shit like that. As long as it's supposed to be in that way,
Well, yeah, for me, I prefer my stuff like straight as well. So it takes me a lot of effort to leave things like slanted or stuff like that.
Oh, 100%. Which is
You
why I was confused that you put the sticker like that.
Yeah,
Like,
now I
actually,
told you
what the
why. Because I put it and I was like, oh right, I didn't make it straight. So
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to make it straight again.
yeah,
I mean, if you're straight, you're straight. If you're not,
use a ruler.
more power to you.
Oh yeah. But going back to the Funko Pops, right? So I was looking at for context, my left side is all Marvel stuff, Marvel Funko Pops, and then on the right side is all Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, the dinosaurs with Dr. Alan Grant in the middle. And here's what I noticed, right?
Yeah.
Only one of that is Jurassic Park, the rest are all Jurassic World.
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking, how many more Jurassic Park and Jurassic World Funko Pops are there?
You should. Now that you said it, you have to change it.
Why?
See.
They're all Jurassic World except for one.
Yeah. And that one's not in the middle or on the top, so it's.
No. I wanted Dr. Alan Grant in the middle.
He has to be in the middle. I completely agree.
Yeah.
You have to get another Jurassic World Funko Pop, bro.
Jurassic Park. I don't know
or
they are.
Jurassic Park Funko Pop. Yeah.
You know?
They have.
They should be. There should be
There
that.
has to be another Jurassic Park Funko Pop so that you can put in instead of the Therizinosaurus.
But the Tyrannosaurus looks so cool there.
No, but it doesn't have symmetry.
But look at the way I put it. So the OG are in the bottom, T-Rex and the Velociraptor, Blue and the
But
kid
those
Beta.
are not the OGs, those are Jurassic World, bro.
No, they're the OG
The
dinosaurs.
OG is the T-Rex and the Velociraptors, but not blue.
Yeah. Well, not Blue.
Yeah.
Blue is from Jurassic World, but the fact that it's
Because
Velociraptor.
if I'm not mistaken, are they slightly modified?
No,
Blue and Beta?
no,
Interesting.
they're not modified. I don't think they ever came up with a modified Velociraptor.
No, they did get the Velociraptor and the T-Rex together, right, and make that fucking Mutantosaurus. I can't forget. I can't
No,
remember his name.
that was the Indominus Rex.
Yeah, he has Velociraptor.
Yeah, he has Velociraptor in there, but it's
Yeah.
not like a Velociraptor that's slightly modified. You get
No,
what
no,
I mean?
no, I'm saying, yeah, no,
Yeah,
no, no.
the base that's completely different.
He's based on the T-Rex and the Velociraptor. I think it's a hybrid of the two.
Yeah. So
No, type Jurassic Park.
I did.
Oh.
Yeah, we're just I'm just on
Go to
the
funkopop.com and check.
yeah.
But anyways, what's the topic that you bring to the table, Puvi?
I think it's Funko.com.
You also wrote?
No, I think it's Funko.com.
Okay. Anyways, while we search for that,
Yeah, well we should check that out. Ooh, Mulan. Okay, what do you? Oh, you said shit. Okay. Oh no, you spun me around.
no, I responded towards you because
Yes.
you're away again.
Away, away. That's a different song. Like again, I don't think I have ADHD, but then I do shit like that, and I'm like, maybe I do.
I think we both have ADHD.
Yeah. ADHD. Dun, 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 dun.
Did you know that you can become less ADHD later?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Are you sure?
Yeah.
How?
It can go away with time. This is so cool.
ADHD?
Yeah. That's crazy, huh? Look at this.
Yeah.
That's original.
Yeah, that's the
That's
OG
OG.
Velociraptors, but I
Yeah.
don't want that one. That's the big one.
That's so cool though.
Yeah. But did you see? I have like the dragon from Game of Thrones over there.
Didn't
Jay, yeah.
which J?
Jay. Or
E.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. And I was like, J went
It's
to the
not
other
my
two
fault.
Js.
Apparently, he introduced himself to people as different names, and I can't help it.
No, here's the thing. He introduced himself as Eduardo to us.
Yeah.
I mean, E.
Too late, too late. Go ahead.
It's live.
Yeah.
Right? But
And then later he was like, "Yeah, I'm June."
I think he realized that June's an easier name to say.
No, I think he was also like a effort to like rebrand himself, kind of, because people.
I can see that.
Yeah, and I think that's what he did.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he has like separate accounts and stuff too for that, you know.
A lot of my international friends have separate accounts, and I'm friends with them in each one because they sent me like
Yeah.
3 separate accounts, and I'm like,
Bro, it's your name the other way around. Like,
no, but
I
it's
get it.
because they want certain people to see certain things.
That makes sense.
And
But
the
like,
thing
too
is,
much effort for
you
me.
should, yeah,
I'm
but
lazy
I
as
would never.
fuck.
The thing is, also, I don't have enough energy to do 2 different characters to 2 different people.
Right?
Yeah, like I'm the same person if you meet me outside work, at work, and
No, I think if you see
You know-
me, in person,
Mhm.
I'm less ratchet than I am on Facebook. on Facebook, I am like the ultimate shit poster, right?
I think Bradley will give you good competition.
Really?
Yeah, you're not a shit poster compared to Bradley.
Oh, look at that! I have all 3.
Yeah, but that you're not a shit poster compared to Bradley.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know. Cause
You're much calmer compared to Bradley.
well, then again, it's because like I have people on my Facebook that I don't want to see some things.
That's what I'm saying. But here's the thing. Bradley probably does too.
Mm-hmm.
He just don't.
Yeah, he
does
just
not
doesn't
give a
care.
shit. Yeah.
What'd you open? Cinnamon
I
apple.
tried the cinnamon apple straws.
How's it?
Really good.
Mm.
They're really good. If you guys haven't tried it, you should try it.
Yo, that tastes like a really good apple pie.
It tastes like it would be great in as a cereal,
Mm.
right?
Isn't that one like Apple Jacks or something?
Someone's watching?
Turns out you.
No, it's not me.
Alright.
We're just looking at our podcast right now.
Yeah, because nobody else is.
No, it's so good. It looks good. We started 83 minutes ago?
Yeah.
What? Oh shit.
Bro, we always look good. I always look good.
What?
You said we look good, right? I was like, yeah, I always look good.
That's right.
Because of me.
Shut up.
You're like, where's this confidence coming from?
Yeah. No, it's like you either have complete confidence or none at all.
Yeah, sometimes it's jokingly confidence, and then I'm like, yeah, let me
Yeah.
ride this way.
Do you actually feel confident when you do that?
A little bit, yeah.
That's
So
good.
sometimes I just fake it, especially for like interviews and shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's like a minute delay between us talking.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I'm just very polite as a person,
Mm-hmm.
very like soft spoken and stuff like that, right? So whenever I go for like interviews, I'm meeting new people, talking to like older people or like parents and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're like, yep, that's a nice kid right there, you know? And I feel like
I think it's our Asian culture that has made us like that.
maybe,
And our parents. We had to give some credit to our parents as well.
yeah, yeah. So, but I think personality-wise too, you know,
Yeah.
I can't be, you know, like
But here's the thing, I think our parents affected our personality a bit.
probably,
You know?
yeah.
Because if we try to say shit towards him, he gets smacked up,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we're like, okay, we need to respect people.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. For me, because I don't know where it came from. Right, the other day I was looking at, I think it was yesterday when my parents called when you were here,
Yeah.
and I was on the phone and I was just looking at them. They were doing like the prayers for the Harvest
Mhm.
Festival, right?
Yeah.
And I was just looking at my dad doing the prayers, and I was just thinking back to everything.
You
and I was
feel
like,
all the emotions starting.
yeah, I felt all the emotion. And I
You're
was
like, I
like,
wanna cry now.
I was like, you know what? If I become like somebody, I should become like my dad. Like
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, when I get older, I want to be like him, right? I want to be how kind he is and all that. And I'm just
So
like,
basically, you want to fuck him up. Oedipus complex. You see it once again.
okay,
I'm joking.
if my brother or my mom listens to this, I'm like, you know what? I'm disowning Rashmi. Like, fuck it. I'm not friends with him anymore.
I think they'll understand given that we talked about the Oedipus complex before. You know?
Yeah. And then after the podcast, they listen to it. I'm like, they're like, Pavitran, don't talk to Rashmi. I'm like,
Ever
okay,
again.
okay, no problem. I will stop picking him up for work. I will not see him anymore. The podcast is done. I'm deleting him from my phone, Instagram, Facebook, everything. He is dead to me. You want, I can go kill him for you as well.
You want me to kill him? I kill him.
No.
Then no,
It's okay, I want to. You have no idea how long I waited for this. Now I have a reason.
Yeah.
Then the cops harassed me. Why'd you do it? My mommy said I have
Mommy,
to.
yeah, mommy said.
Oh,
Yeah,
they-
recorded it. But yeah, continue. You want to be like your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was just like feeling all these emotions and everything. And then my mom took the phone and she was like, "Oh, look at him, he's getting all misty eyed and everything." And
Yeah.
I was
Like,
like, "No, I'm not." Like I wasn't actually crying or anything,
Yeah,
but
you
like
felt it like
I felt it. My eyes weren't misty or anything. You know, they just
they
said
might
that.
have. They might have.
No, they just said that, and I was
Okay.
like, I think it was just the way I was looking or what, right? But I was like, you know, it's just emotions,
Mm-hmm.
and because they when they have like celebrations and stuff like this, they obviously miss me, right? Um, so like they would get like teary eyed for stuff like this. Um, I think what recently the Festival of Lights.
You said how?
I said recently as in like end of last year,
Okay.
November.
Yeah, yeah.
They were sad that I wasn't there with them, and I was like, it's kind of sad, but I'll live, right?
Yeah. Wait, do you get homesick?
Not really.
I don't get homesick either. But
I was surprised how not homesick I was when I first came here.
because people are always like you're gonna feel so homesick when you go.
I think it was
abroad.
partly that, and partly because I was just like the independence. I fell in love with it. Like somebody who was like hella sheltered and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, this is my element.
I don't know whether it was because I was sheltered, because I don't think I was sheltered. But I was very restricted.
Yeah,
As in, like,
same.
if my friends would go out and stuff like that, my mom wouldn't let me go out
Mhm.
if there was no parent.
Yeah,
Or
usually.
anything like that, right?
Like the first time I went out without no, the first time I went out with friends
Mm-hmm.
was when I was 15, and I had just gotten the results from my standard examination,
Mm-hmm.
and I got like 5 A's.
And
No,
I'm
I
going.
got 7 A's, and my friends are all gonna go watch a movie that came out that time,
I'm going.
and I was like, oh, I wish I could come too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wanted to go, and then one of the friends, one of those girls, I said whose name was written inside my Spider-Man notebook. That girl, she was there as well. She asked my mom, it's like, yeah, you should come. And then she asked my mom, like, can he come with us? And then my mom looked at me and looked at them and said, you know what? Yeah, sure. You just got
And you're
good
like-
results, and I was like, really? So.
You're like, what the fuck just happened? Like,
Yeah, so we went home, and then I went to the mall with my friend and everything. It was great.
That's cool. But for me, the first time I think was 15 or 14 as well. I'm not sure because I left high school early, right? So it was a couple of years before I left high school.
Hmm.
But it was like we were going to a book fair, and my parents would always take me.
Mm.
But this time we had planned, like all the boys had planned to go to the book fair and shit.
Yeah.
And I told my mom, and she's like, no, you can't go. And I was like, bro, I'm not going to like a place to play games, bowling, nothing like that. I want to go to the book fair.
Mhm.
Let me go to the book fair with the friends. You know, you
Yeah.
can come and pick me up if that's the case. Because my dad used to have a van.
Mm.
So my friends love going with me because like
Yeah.
everyone can just fit in the car and van
Yeah.
and just go, right? So my mom was like thought about it for a bit. She's like, fine, you can go. We'll come and pick you guys up at like 9:30 or something like that,
Mm.
right? So all of us just got in a bus and we went and shit like that, and that
Yeah.
was so much fun. And it was like a yearly thing.
Mm.
We ended up doing it like 2 or 3 years in a row, you know.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because it's a yearly book fair that
Yeah.
comes. And it's like the biggest book fair in Sri Lanka.
Is it called Big Bad Wolf by any chance? No.
No, that I know there's something like that
Yeah.
in South Asian
Yo,
countries.
that was so cool. I went for it like once, I think, and they have like stacks of like new books and stuff, old books, everything. Hella cheap. Like a book is normally like $40, right?
Yeah, it's like
This
10.
one's like 10
Yeah.
or 8 or something like that. I was like, yo.
Let me get
I'm
everything.
like, yeah, let me get
And the
these.
thing is, we go with like the 3,000 rupees, which is back in the day was like 30,
Yeah.
$35.
When I actually went there, I didn't find anything.
That's so funny.
I was like so indecisive. Everything was everywhere, and I was like, no.
I always pick
I
a
know.
book and I'm like, okay, like I see a book in the beginning, I'm like, if I don't buy anything else, I'm coming and buying this book. You know?
I don't do randomness like that.
No, like a book I like.
That's the thing. If
Like,
I don't see a
I-
book like I
I-
like, I don't.
I see a book and I read it, I'm like, oh, I think I like this book. You know, so
Yeah, again, I can't do that. For me, like
that
I
was
need
once
it
I
to-
generally didn't buy anything, but
Mm.
that was because that was this love triangle going on,
Yeah.
and that was the first time we had a girl come with us. But then the ex was there and the current guy was there, but she was switching between the two during that.
Oh.
And we're like, bro, why the fuck why are they doing this?
Mm.
Like during the book fair, right? And we love all those three people,
Yeah.
right? But it wasn't-
Separately.
yeah, like that wasn't the vibe. And then one of my other
Nice.
really good friends started, saw a girl in the book fair and started trying to follow her and shit like that. And I'm like, bro, It's a book fair, but it's understandable. It's high school, right? Like
Yeah.
seniors, so it's like, bro, she's so pretty, bro. I need to talk to her, bro. I fucking talk to her. No, she gave me the mom, bro. Man saw the mom was there. And I'm like, well, then no. It's like, bro, what?
I'm like, no, bro, you get the mom, I'll get the girl.
The mom was pretty too, though. So, anyways, so that happened, right? But I think it was called like the International Book Fair or National Book Fair or something like that. And it's like, I don't think it would be overestimation if I say like at least 100,000 books were there. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's massive, bro. The hall and stuff as well.
Yeah.
And it's so great. But that was the first time I went like alone and shit. And then the cool thing is I came from China back home.
Yeah.
I have been independent for a year. So my parents were all of a sudden cool with me going alone without any person there and shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, this is cool. I said I'm going here and then I'm gone, you know? And then my mom called, where are you? I'm like, don't worry, I'll be back home during this time. And she's like, okay. I think they realized that we can handle ourselves because they weren't there with my brother or I for years.
Yeah.
For a year, you know, and we managed to stay alive in a different
I think
country.
for me back home, my mom, like when I went home, right?
Yeah.
And I went out with my friend. She would still get like super worried. She's like, no, text me, come back by this time and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm not gonna come back at 9 o'clock. Like, you know, that's not gonna work anymore. Like here, when I was here, I remember one time at like 12 o'clock or something, I went out for something. I think it was with you. And just thinking back on stuff like that, I'm like, I don't want to give this up. You know?
I get you. Yeah.
So it's just I like being my own person here, and like I've gotten used to, like, it feels like my element. You know, like back home, I can't do the things that I would do here.
Yeah.
You know. It's just.
Or you weren't allowed to. Now it should be more lenient. I feel like.
Maybe, but even then, like, who am I gonna go see? What am I gonna do?
But
stuff
that's
like that.
different. If
You
there
know?
were things to do, you could have been doing it. You get what
Yeah,
I
but
mean?
not as much as here. You know, you don't find like nice places like here, over there.
I feel like if anything, there are nicer places.
No.
In like if you go to a Starbucks in Sri Lanka, it's miles better than a Starbucks here.
Really?
Or like a McDonald's in Sri Lanka, it's so much better.
Well, yeah, I would say McDonald's back home is much better because
like
I've never had them say the ice cream machine is not working.
That's so funny, right? Like
Yeah.
Whenever I saw those jokes back at home, I'm like, what?
Yeah, and then later I'm like, oh, they just actually don't want to clean it.
Yeah.
That's
no,
one.
it's not that they don't want to
No,
clean
it's
it.
a mix of that and the machine breaks down often.
No. It's not that they don't want to clean it. If they have to clean it, they have to call the company that makes it.
No, not for cleaning.
For cleaning.
Fixing.
No, for cleaning as well.
I didn't hear about the cleaning one because they can clean it every morning.
Because the fixing thing is a really easy thing as well, apparently, but you have to call that company.
Yeah, because that's so stupid.
No, that's so that they get another amount. It's like payment.
Yeah, payment, and like only they're authorized to fix the
So
machine.
whoever whatever that company is, I can't remember. Fuck you.
Yes.
McDonald's ice cream is actually really good.
Yeah.
At least back at home, I don't know, the chocolate ice cream where they do the chocolate dip.
Oh, the choco dip.
Bro,
Was it?
it's so
Choco
good.
top.
Do you call it chocolate top?
I think it's called.
Back at home, it's just chocolate ice cream and vanilla ice cream.
No, I think it's called choco top.
They had to make it fancy.
Yeah,
Chocolate top.
because they'll like dip it in and
Yeah.
everything, and then
And-
harden and
Yeah,
you bite
bro,
it.
it's so
Yo.
good. Like, what the bro, I have been trying to find that kind of ice cream. Like the dip.
Yeah, it's just melted chocolate.
Yeah, but it's melted chocolate.
Yeah.
It stays melted in that area.
Because
Until-
it's like you know
until
the double
you put it
boil
on
thing.
the ice. No, Puvi. It
Yeah.
hardens because of the cold, but it stays melted in room temperature.
Yeah,
Yeah, but usual chocolate isn't like that. It stays in.
I'm sure you can find the recipe online.
Bro, I was
We
so
can look it up for sure.
so good, bro. It's so good.
But you know what's hilarious?
What?
We went from somewhere to food again.
You know it, bro. 100%. We went from this being
We went from
emotional
encryption to food. Right?
that no.
That's the highest.
If anything, the encryption wasn't even the topic.
Yes, we talked about encryption for like what 10 minutes,
And then 40 minutes about food.
Yeah.
I brought it back real quick and ended
and
the
then
topic.
ended it. We were like, all right, food done. No, we actually finished the food. That was like a little lull in the conversation, and then we went
yeah,
finished it.
yeah, exactly.
Oh.
If you don't understand what we're talking about, that's the 7th episode.
Part two.
Part 2. Yeah.
Yeah. That was-
That's so funny. But we realized this because we did like 5 episodes back to back, right?
Like
And
edit them.
editing 5 episodes back to back. And when we
And
were
the
editing
recurring theme that we saw
was
was
food.
was one. I'm
I'm
never ready to
sleepy.
pop the tab in the beginning.
Yeah, that
Right?
was so
Something
funny.
always happens.
I'm
Second,
like, bro, are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. 3, 2,
oh,
wait.
like one time I forgot the can. Second time I couldn't get the tab to pop up. And then another theme is food.
Yeah.
Somehow we always get food in the podcast.
Because
matter what
we are
it is.
foodies, I feel
Yeah.
like, at the end of the day. And the last one,
Is
I am
me being
sleepy. Puvi saying I am sleepy.
Yeah.
I'm so sleepy right now.
That's
He
one of the
says
clips.
it exactly. But then,
Yeah, it's like no.
I'm so sleepy.
Whitaker. I'm so fucking sleepy right now.
But yeah.
Oh my
we didn't
God.
even start the second topic. Alright.
No,
second
we didn't
topic.
start. Alright.
Hit me with it.
Cozy love.
Okay, give me a better fucking topic. That's 2 words. That's not a topic. Like big squish, I understand. That's the topic. Cozy love.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Romance. Why
No.
Valentine?
Let's see. If you love it so much, why don't you marry it?
I know this.
What?
A woman married her duvet, and she said she's the happiest she's ever been, and in the most intimate relationship. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. We need to talk about this, right?
Hmm.
Is that marriage legal?
Yes. Maybe.
This happened in the Philippines, right?
Philippines? No.
Did it happen in UK? In USA? Sorry.
No.
I thought it happened in the Philippines. Or was
India.
It happened in the. It happened in the India.
Yeah, India.
It happened in India.
I think so. Or UK. UK.
Okay, so my second one was right. I
Yeah,
said
UK.
Philippines, UK.
UK.
So they took so long
Mhm.
to allow same-sex marriages,
Yeah.
but people are fucking marrying everything but a human,
Mhm.
and that's completely fine.
No, I don't think this is a like. I don't think it's legal.
That's
As in,
why
like
I
it's
asked
not
you,
it's
is
not
it legal
recognized.
marriage?
I don't think it is.
Mm-hmm.
But like you can still get married. Like you know.
No, if you're married, you have a marriage certificate. That's
Yeah,
how
I
you
don't think
marry.
that's the one that she has.
Yeah,
Probably, right? So she called it like she said she fell in love at first sight and everything with it. Like it was just so soft and all that. But it's not. It's not like out of love or anything. It was art. Like she has a boyfriend and everything.
Okay, I'm confused. I saw
Right?
the headline and I didn't read about
Yeah.
it.
So this
Of course.
was in 2019,
Okay.
right? Her name is Pascal Selig,
Okay.
right? So she said she fell in love with a single duet at first sight and decided to marry it because of the loyal friendship, despite having a boyfriend. And she said that the boyfriend isn't jealous at all.
Why would the boyfriend be jealous?
I don't know, bro. Like, but she married her
Sorry.
single duvet in Exeter, Devon, and invited members of the public, her family, and the boyfriend to witness the moment. And since then, she said she's never looked back and hoped to teach others that you don't need a partner to feel love. Like, okay. But then she went to explain it later on, right? She said it was art. And she's like, on her wedding day, guests showed up in dressing gowns and onesies as they watched her reading her vows, promising to cuddle and snuggle. And she said she got roped into this performance to have a bit of celebration about self-love, self-care, and self-worth around Valentine's. because Valentine's could be a bit sad for people who are not in a relationship. We wanted to highlight look after yourself, have a bit of a duvet day, and just be okay.
I'm a bit disappointed with this now because it just feels like a performance stuff.
It kinda is.
You know?
Yeah, it's like it is a performance art at the thing. Because it's not the fact that
Second of all,
mm,
the blanket thing you consent. The duvet.
you don't know that. She could have talked to it, could have replied.
No. But it's not specifically stated, so I'm allowed to assume that it did.
Nah bro. Why are you
Yeah.
assuming shit? Why are you making an ass of yourself?
Why haven't they said that?
Said what?
That he gave consent.
Because the US laws are
That's
so
UK.
discriminatory like
That's
that.
UK.
The UK laws are so discriminatory like that. They don't see inanimate objects as objects. That's just so offensive.
So,
Rise up against this.
okay, calm down.
Marry your blankets and duvets.
It's so weird. I don't know, man. Like, I don't have a problem with her marrying her duvet. That's completely fine.
Yeah.
The fact that she did it for, self-love, this and that,
Yeah.
I don't know whether it really promotes that.
Why?
How would it promote self-love and stuff like that?
Because when you have a duvet, you're just cozy, you're by yourself, you're like, oh, this is nice.
You can also be under a duvet with someone else.
Yeah, but if you're not, she said for people who are alone on Valentine's and shit, it's like self-care, self-worth. Like I'm single, but I wouldn't do that.
You got a snuggie.
Yeah, but again, I wouldn't do that.
That's all your fault.
No, that's me. That's you.
That's all your fault. I knew it was gonna happen as soon as
See, I told you it's too high.
Yeah, you don't have
We
to.
raised the table, so now it's too high for me to put my leg on.
Boo hoo, boo fucking hoo.
Rashmi, where is the camera pointed?
Somewhere.
First. Dead air.
Alright. Yeah.
Yo.
So,
He's a white man talking.
bro, in the stream I fucking died for a second. But yeah,
Kind of disappointed that you knew the topic. By the way. I shouldn't get my sources on Instagram anymore.
it was on Instagram that came up on my news.
Fuck you then.
I told you we have very similar circles and
Aye,
different
bro.
circles we vibe with. I feel
Fucking
like.
Venn diagram.
True.
Yeah,
Can you fuck with that?
probably.
With me too.
I mean, not necessarily. The whole thing is a Venn diagram. So
I mean, yeah,
yeah,
you're not wrong.
I'm never wrong.
You are a lot,
Never.
but
Never wrong. Say one time I'm wrong. See, you can't think of it. No.
in-
Anyway,
no.
so doing the
That-
most for absolutely nothing.
That's you.
Nah, but that's you. Fuck off.
The fact that they are seeing a real, like how we act in real life.
I'm never acting. I'm always myself, 100%, all the time.
That's good.
Keep it real. Yeah. Also, I'm hella disappointed you never said anything about my shirt, my sweater.
I saw it and I smiled. I gave
Oh, you
that.
smiled. That's it.
Because yesterday when I came,
You don't
over,
appreciate me anymore, Rashmi.
bro. You don't. I gave you that. So I want you.
You gotta tell me I look nice in it.
You look good always. I don't have to say the obvious.
Yeah, but you gave me this, so I'm wearing it out of appreciation.
Oh, that's true.
And
That's
you gotta
true.
say like, oh, you look nice in it. Nothing.
I was
Fucking
wearing.
smile.
I was wearing Loki when I came over. You didn't say shit.
What Loki?
When I came over for the dinner.
Yeah, you wore it before the other day too.
No, you didn't say shit.
I did.
No, you did.
Yeah, I was like, yeah,
No.
it looks nice on you.
The Batman one you did, not the Loki
Nah,
one.
bro.
Not the Loki one.
Nah.
Nah,
Lies.
cap.
Lies.
That's the same thing.
I know.
But
Lies.
no, I'm not lying. I'm serious. How's your finger there?
It hurts.
Is
Sometimes.
okay. So
Yeah.
it's your finger now. But
Wow.
no, I'm joking.
Wow.
How's the sweater? Is it comfortable?
Yeah, you wanna try it?
I didn't try it, but I will try it. I try it later.
Okay.
It looks nice. You got the Ankylosaurus over there as well,
Yeah, the Ankylosaurus.
and the whatever the fucking Stegosaurus or whatever that is.
No, that's the Ankylosaurus. No, that's Stegosaurus.
Oh, that's
Wait, no.
Ankylosaurus, yeah. What?
The fuck?
Spinosaurus maybe?
Maybe. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I have the
that's a
Spinosaurus.
Spinosaurus.
That's Ankylosaurus. and
Velociraptor and T-Rex.
pterodactyl,
T-Rex.
T-Rex, and then a big ass pterodactyl.
Yeah, I gave. Okay, so for people who don't realize what's going on,
Rashmi gave me a sweater.
for Christmas, saying
With me.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, with like, you know, pterodactyl, like PT.
I think it's super cute. And you're wearing Jurassic Park sweat.
Yeah.
Okay, that actually is pretty cool. Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Or was it a happy accident?
No, I did it on purpose.
No, you did not. No, you did not. You know how I know? Because you realized it when I said it. You're like, oh shit.
No, I was like, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway,
Would
so-
you marry a blanket?
No.
But self-love.
Okay.
Why don't you marry a blanket?
Because
Why
I'll be
don't
like,
you do some performance art?
bro, I'm doing that all the time anyways.
I thought you never act.
I don't.
So what's art?
I'm performing myself for the masses.
So your life is art.
Yeah.
You're a
I'm art.
masterpiece.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
There you go. That's the clip for the.
I'm a masterpiece.
Yeah. Alright.
Priceless.
I don't think we can talk anymore, much more about that topic. Unless
Really?
you have something. What do you want to talk about then? Because the thing is, self-love, we always want to spread that, right?
Yeah.
That's a good thing. But I don't think that was the best way to provide self-love. If she married herself, I get that. There have been people who have done that.
Yeah, I
You
did
know?
that. But like for me, I don't know. When I first saw this, I was like, what? Why would you do that? Because when I saw the article, the headline first, it was like clickbait. And then I opened up the article and read about it. I was like, oh, it's art. But also, that kind of brings up like, I had a lot of thoughts on this, right?
Yeah.
For one, you see people marrying all kind of stuff.
Ghosts.
Yeah, people marrying ghosts, people marrying this, people marrying a doll and saying he cheated on them, and then like
Sex doll.
sex dolls, people marrying like the robots or something that they had and stuff like that. Just a whole bunch of things, right?
You know the saddest thing?
What?
A person made a girlfriend out of AI and a VTube character,
Yeah.
right? And it was complete AI and stuff.
Mhm.
And it started real happy and stuff. He was streaming with her and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it started giving shorter and shorter answers. So he started getting mentally affected by that.
Oh no.
Because it started giving one-word answers and stuff like that too when
Yeah.
they're chatting and shit.
Uh-huh.
So if you're like if you were in a relationship and your girlfriend started doing that,
Yeah.
you're like, bro, what's wrong? You know, but he can't even talk about that with the AI because like you know there are limitations.
Mm.
He had to kill her. He had to take her offline. But that's technically
Yeah.
killing the girlfriend.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, I gotta do this. It's affecting my mental health. Man tried to have the perfect girlfriend and he completely
sad.
backfired. Yeah, it's so sad.
Aw.
But continue with what you were saying about like people
Yeah, people marrying
other
stuff
things.
like that, right?
Yeah.
And then this is just like, for me, I just saw it as like another line of thing because at some point, you see people doing that, one, because they can't find anybody else, they're hella lonely and stuff like that. And then there's like performative art kind of like this.
It's very rare that it's performative art though.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of people doing
Yeah.
like this one specifically.
That's what it just feels like a cry for clout.
Maybe.
Because you know that will go viral. I married a fucking, not a fucking, I married a duet.
Yeah.
You know?
But what was the other thing I was gonna say? How do you say like? Because you have my thought process was that people are marrying stuff like that,
Yeah.
and was it the legitimacy of it?
What about the legitimacy?
Because like, why are they doing it? And then
That
like,
yeah, that's true. That's another reason that I had as well. So if it's performance art,
Mhm.
legitimacy is the right word.
no, I know that's the right word. And I told you never wrong, but like,
No,
what was it?
shut up. But maybe what's the purpose other than like so it kind of defeats its purpose. I feel like because you don't have to marry it then, right? Like I don't understand what that
No, it's because of
provides.
like the the sanctity of marriage has become like a very big thing. You know, back in the olden days, it wasn't really a thing. You know, it was just more beneficial for people to like start living together, start doing things together, and
I,
stuff like that.
I
Right?
feel like it's more like that now than before.
What
To
do you
be
mean?
completely honest, because people will get married and they'll be like best friends and stuff. But when you're married, you get better insurance policies. You can get better payments out from like tax payments and stuff,
Mhm.
rebuffs and stuff. You
Yeah.
know, so there are so many advantages now.
Mhm.
Where back in the day it was more sacred, I guess. But it's also more sacred for the other type, like the LGBTQ community and stuff like that, because now they can get legitimate, uh, legit married,
Yeah.
and no one can say, oh no, it's a.
Kind of sleepy.
I know, I just noticed.
I just yawned. No,
Like-
because I was like thinking, no, but go ahead. Yeah.
You can get legit married, and like no one can say, oh, you're not really married. It doesn't fucking matter. You're still,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
No, I think it's not the sacredness of it. I think it's like the weight that it carries.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like last time, if you look up like the history of like marriages and stuff, first it was just people like I said, it was like kind of like a barter system,
Mhm.
kind of like a trade, and then it was like people living together, and then like the all these like the white dresses
Mhm.
and all that kind of stuff came up, right? And I mean that's strictly speaking for like Western culture, you know.
It was even more in Eastern culture. I feel like. 'Cause
But we didn't have like the white stuff.
not the white stuff. I mean, like, you get the land. You know, you become more prosperous when you get married.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you gain the connections and
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is why they're married in Eastern countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so along the way, marriage has become like this thing where it means a lot. So even for like people who some people are like, yeah, I want to get married, and then you'll have others like, no, why you want to get married? It's just a waste of time. It costs a lot to do it and all that kind of stuff. But for some, like I said, it means a lot. Like, for somebody who had nobody, it could mean that, you're officially saying to the world that you have somebody. And, legally you can say that. And it's like you're solidifying your relationship,
Mhm.
you know? So
Yeah.
when this kind of performative art comes up, it's like
A stain.
it's not staying. Like I'm saying like the reason why it we can even call it as performative art is because of that. Because like when like for example this lady who married the duvet, right? So she
Yeah.
has she married the thing, and that term of marriage, like she wedded it, is the point here. It's not the fact that she married her duvet.
Yeah.
It was the
no,
fact that
that's
she
what I'm
married.
saying. Like I said, I don't think it's performative. Like,
No, it's performative because she's doing it to make a statement. That's where the performative comes.
to get clout.
Maybe or maybe not true, right? But for now, we'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
So we're saying that she's doing this performative thing, and she like we'll take her at her word. She said that it's for self-worth, self-care, for you to show that you don't need somebody else to be happy, and again, for a certain extent, that's
How
true.
do you think the boyfriend felt when she was saying all that though?
If he gave her the benefit of the doubt and she said that he wasn't jealous and everything like that, then maybe he was fine. He understood why she was doing it. It's not like she's going home.
No,
to
because
the-
he doesn't have to be jealous. Because she's not saying you don't need anyone.
Yeah.
That she's just saying you don't have to have anyone in
Yeah.
your life to feel happy. I
Yeah.
get that. So I can understand that the boyfriend wasn't gonna feel
Mhm.
jealous and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But continue with what you were saying. I just brought a random topic.
Yeah. So again, that sanctity of marriage is what gives it that power. So because you're saying you're married to the idea that you're worth it, like your self-worth, like you don't need somebody to be happy, and
But-
again for like people who are not like by the timeline that she did it was around Valentine's or before Valentine's, after or something like that, and it was for people who are alone around Valentine's Day. So or on Valentine's Day, Valentine's Day. So I think that's what it is, you know.
But I feel like it would have been a strong statement if she
Mhm.
married herself. Which is
It-
why I know you're giving her the benefit of the
No,
doubt,
it
right?
could be,
Right?
but again, like in this point of view, it's essentially the same because when
Even
if
though it's still something else. It's another thing.
yeah,
She's
but
putting the comfort on something else to
here's,
do it.
no, because the thing is, when you see it as a thing, like the duvet by itself doesn't do anything. You have to interact with it for you to actually feel the comfort of it.
Exactly what I'm saying.
But no, but
if you're
it's
not comfortable without the duvet,
duvet.
are you actually comfortable with yourself? You get what I mean?
I get what you mean, but I think what she's trying to say here is the fact that like when you if you're under the duvet, it's yourself. It's a single duvet for one, right? So it fits only you. And in that moment you love yourself because it's your warmth, your coziness and stuff like that. Right? So that's the statement that she's making. But the other thing that I was gonna bring up that I just remembered because I'm in the zone right now, it's like whenever you see something crazy like this, like think about it. When I told you at first that the headline, you were like, "Oh, I know this. It's a woman who married her duvet," and then your expressions, your thoughts and everything, you're like, "Yeah, you know, this is kind of crazy. People are doing all kind of stuff like this right now. You know, people marrying random things, and you know, all that, right?" As soon as it said she did it for art, you were like, "Oh." You accepted it a lot more, and then you were like, "Oh, that's kind of disappointing now." Now that I know
No,
the reason
it's not
I did
that
it.
I didn't accept it. I just
No, no.
felt uh, like it took away from that,
From the fact of it, right?
from the fact that she married the duvet.
Yeah.
Because there are more ways to show self love and stuff like that. I
Mhm.
understand why she did it,
Yeah.
but I don't completely agree with the way she did.
Mm.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, I
Because,
see what you mean.
like, I understand you're saying comfort and everything, it's your own warmth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you don't need a duvet to prove it to yourself. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like if you married yourself, if you married, I don't know, I can't think of, the best way she could have shown if it was performative art is marrying herself and her boyfriend wouldn't be
Yeah,
jealous
but
either.
here's the thing though, right? Like, it's subjective.
See, the thing is, it feels like she wanted it to be eye-catching so that it catches people's attention.
I mean,
Which is how-
if you are doing performative art, you
Yeah.
wanted to reach the
So
masses.
it is. So you would agree that she wanted the virality.
Maybe, like it doesn't the fact that
See, the other
it
thing
doesn't
is,
matter though.
I saw that headline. I read and I chuckled at it, and I went past it. I didn't click on the headline.
Mhm.
So is the performative art actually being shown there? Because if you don't read
Well,
it,
here's the thing, like
you know,
the articles and all that is separate, but her action is the main performative art there.
that's fine. But that action didn't show me that it was for self-love. You get what I mean? The performative art was not very performative.
No, again, I get what you're saying, but I think the subjectiveness of it plays really heavy into this because, like, your opinion is that, you know, if she married herself and stuff like that, it would be a lot more worth it. Like, it would show that a lot more of like self love and everything rather than her marrying something else, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's also like for somebody else, it could show that because a lot of people who you know like they don't feel comfortable in the outside world and all that, they feel more comfortable when they're in bed by themselves. So that could show it, right? Like I said, it's very subjective. It's what your experiences, what you take from it. And again, the other thing is that whenever we see something like this, the moment we say art, our outlook on it changes very differently. Like you're a lot more accepting of it because of art. And that subjectiveness of art plays again. You know? You see what I mean? Like
Kind of.
you've seen so many
But-
people do
but-
things that they call art.
Again, right? The headline was clickbait, right?
Mhm.
Like you said.
Well,
But
that you can't blame her.
no,
for
it's
it.
not
Come on.
her fault.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you don't know it's art if you don't read the article.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know whether it did provided the service
Well,
that she wanted.
you see,
it to
when
provide.
she does the art, like if, for example, if I write a book, and that's my art, right? My art is that I want the book to be read by people.
Yeah.
If I see like the book on the news and they're like, oh, this dude wrote a book about this thing, and a lot of people don't read that news and all that, it still reached my target audience because that wasn't my intention. My intention was
no, wrong.
the
That's
book.
completely different.
No.
Because
It's
the
the
book-
same thing because
no,
her art.
It's like
her art-
if your book had, hey, this man had sex with this woman, and
Yeah.
then later in a article,
Mhm.
oh, not article, you are in an interview or something, and you're like, oh, actually, what that was supposed to mean was that the man killed the fucking woman or something like that, right?
Okay.
That's the same vibe because
How?
because
That's completely
see,
different.
no, because if I read, woman marries duvet,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Yeah.
and says that she doesn't regret decision or something like that, right? That doesn't mean anything, right? Until the lady, see, if she did that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you go to the marriage, you won't know why she's doing that until she speaks. And it's like, okay, this is about self-love, this and that.
No, like when they invited people for it, they're not gonna say it's just a marriage. Like people are gonna know why.
No.
Yeah.
Did they say that?
Bro, when she did the marriage, people showed up in gowns and onesies when they were listening to her read vows about like snuggling and cuddling and that.
Yeah, because
So
if
if
she was
it's a
getting
normal,
married to
if it's
do
a
it.
marriage, if it's a marriage, you're gonna show up in proper attire, no matter who you're marrying or what you're marrying.
It depends on the attire that you tell your guests to wear.
Yeah, and that would mean that she would have had provided context or something. Then she's not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm marrying this thing, show up. You get what I mean?
Maybe that's what I'm saying. Unless she tells you, you don't know what it is.
Well, yeah.
But that's the thing. If I got an invitation saying Mary and duvet, right? Marriage, this and this, attires, this and this. I'm gonna come in the tie, and then she's gonna be like, oh, this is why, And
Yeah.
maybe she put it up in her Instagram. What's her name?
Pascal Salik, but Pascal has an E after it. But no, the act of her marrying it is the performance. You get what I mean? Do you get what I mean?
I get you. Is it this?
I think so. Maybe? Why?
I'm trying to find where she married the. Anyways, so the thing is, what I'm saying is,
Mm-hmm.
it's more abstract than performative at the end of the day.
How?
It feels like,
No, she's actually performing it.
No, it's not any performance movie.
It is. The wedding itself is a performance. Her marrying the duvet is a performance. Like, do you not agree with that? Like,
I don't know. So,
see, once again, the subjectiveness of performance art. Like she married this thing and out of all that, her giving the interview and all that is an explanation. Her talking to the crowd and all that is an explanation. But her act of actually marrying the thing is the performance art. That's like the bare bones of it. That's the fact.
interesting.
I don't understand what you're trying to say here.
What I'm saying is, I understand that performance are like if it's art that she's trying to push out, right?
Mm-hmm.
It won't reach the audience the way she wants to reach it, because like woman who married her duvet says her boyfriend is very proud and all this, right?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't give any input to why she married duvet and stuff like that. Also,
See,
before you say
that's not her fault though.
yeah, I agree on that.
Like her job ends as soon as she does the performance, and maybe you can even go as far to say that when she gives the interview.
That's when you realize it's performance art, or when she gives a speech. Until then, you don't know it's performance art. In an
Yeah, yeah.
invitation, you don't get.
No, no.
I'm doing this.
I'm not
for
saying for
self-love.
the invitation and stuff. You know,
Do
like
you
if
understand
she's
what I'm
she's
saying? Like,
yeah, she's inviting the public, so she's not going to give like an invitation out to everybody who's possibly going to show up. They would have had, even if they didn't have some sort of context, right?
mhm.
When she still said it and all during the wedding and all that, that would still say that it's the performance art. You know, like it's the fact of whether she says it or not
Mhm.
still doesn't change the fact that it's performance art.
No, I agree on that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's not. My point is I don't think the message is being given out well.
How so?
Because I didn't get it immediately, right? And I'm not saying I'm God, blah blah, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it just, unless you read it or know why it's done,
Mhm.
right? Usually when I see performance art, I can get a hint of why that's being done immediately,
Okay.
right? Like at least a bit.
Mhm.
This one, when I hear about it,
Mhm.
right? Mary's duvet, it doesn't say self-love. It says comfort. I get that. I get comfort.
See,
I
another
don't
article
get the
literally said
self-love.
woman marries duvet to highlight loneliness.
That again, right? If you get the right article, that's great, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. That's not her fault.
No, what
Like,
I'm saying is,
no,
if you see,
you're
this is
saying-
a performance art, right?
You see, that is a performance art.
This is this picture right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, that's
We're
the
looking at a
per-
picture, by the way.
Yeah, that's
It's
the performance art.
right? I don't get loneliness. I don't
But
get
that's fine though.
comfort. I don't get
That's
the
fine, though.
be comfortable with yourself. But that's what it's supposed to show.
Here's the thing: your art doesn't necessarily have to immediately showcase what you're
Not
trying to say.
immediately, but I need to at least get a hint
Here's
of
the
something.
thing, though. Like you can say, like her art, sure. To a certain point, you can call it abstract, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody gets it. Not everybody gets it the same way. Even people who see the same way can still have arguments about like which way, what it's trying to say, and everything. You know,
Mhm.
you don't have to see that this is what it is.
Okay.
The fact that she did it and that it's art, and then she says why, is all she had to do. And it's up to you whether you like. You can disagree with the art. You can say that it doesn't. What do you say? Like you don't get the message and stuff, which is fine. But the fact doesn't change that she did that, and that's her performance art.
Okay, I understand all of that, what you're saying, right? I
Yeah.
don't think see, even this, it says to do already, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't say why, like, it doesn't have to say why. But for
Yeah.
example, that was a performance art.
Mm-hmm.
I completely understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is the theme that she's trying to push out by her performance art
Mm-hmm.
is not very evident, and that's completely fine.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that that would better at the end.
That's
of the
what
day,
I'm saying. It doesn't have to be evident though.
At the end of what I was saying when we began this discussion
Yeah.
was, I think there were better ways to do it.
Yeah.
That's
which is
all.
your subjective opinion.
No, that's truthful opinion. I don't
Not necessarily truthful.
think if you married yourself, wouldn't it be better performance art to show that you're comfortable with
See,
yourself?
these are subjective. They are opinions. You think it's better. Maybe I don't think that.
What do you think?
I
if-
don't think so.
If you married yourself, if you saw a woman marries herself,
Mm-hmm.
right? Wouldn't you be like, oh, maybe she's comfortable with herself?
No, I'd be like, is she fine?
Did you think the same thing with this?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's the initial opinion. But when you're thinking, why would you marry yourself? won't you come up? Maybe she's comfortable with herself.
Not necessarily.
I
don't
never
think so.
would come up with this for the duvet.
That's the thing, though. It is fine. At the end of the day,
No,
it's a
for
subjective.
example, no. For example, right? That was some dumb motherfucker fell into it, but that was a performance art where a famous artist, I can't remember his name. I think he was Chinese, but Italian, had a hole in the art museum.
Yeah.
And was painted with the blackest paint, right? And it was meant to signify emptiness.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. One fellow walked into it. Different story, he got injured and shit like that. But when you see that hole, you can immediately think, oh, empty. Like that, like, so empty is the thought that comes. Or whole, even whole would end up being like, okay, that's empty.
Yeah, because your thought process.
Exactly. Duvet never would bring me self-comfort. At the end of the day, duvet wouldn't come around at any given point unless you told me that was done.
Here, that's what I'm saying, right?
I know you're saying it's subjective, but
no. I see. The thing is, like, for you, that you don't get the message because you don't see the connection.
I get the message now.
No. I'm saying that you don't see why. You don't see how the duvet gets to self-love.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense, right?
Less sense. It does make sense once you think, like, if you know that.
Like you have to accept certain things.
It's like an onion, layers.
Sure.
Yeah.
You have to be like, okay, like you have to try to make sense of it.
I didn't expect this topic to go this far.
I know, me neither, right? And I was gonna be like, yeah, you thought we were gonna think. But that's the point of it, right? Because for her, she saw her duvet and she was like, yes, I love this, and when I'm under the duvet, I love myself because I'm comfortable. I like this position that I'm in right now. So her marrying the thing and all that makes sense, right? Again, this is my opinions. I don't know what she thought. I don't know why she did it and all that, like self-care and all that.
We really need to put a poll and see what people think.
Yeah.
I'm so curious about this now.
Because I talk so much, my throat is dry.
Yeah. You need some water.
Some vodka.
Vodka drinks monster.
Yeah. But that's what I'm trying to say. You don't have to get it. You don't have to accept it. But the fact of the matter is, she married her duvet. She said it was self-love, and it was performance art. That's it.
For me, I'm
like corn.
100% until the last part. No, I'm 100% even with the last part. I just think there were better ways. That's
the thing. That's your opinion.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, that's all you gotta say. Because
like, for me, it felt like she was more clout, like she's going to BBC News on the ITV morning show and stuff like that. Feels like she just wanted. Maybe she was there to spread. I'm not assuming anything. Maybe she was there to spread the self-love rhetoric, right? But it just feels like she wanted to gain some clout doing that as well. You get what I mean?
Even if she
and
did,
no harm with that. No harm with
Yeah.
getting clout. It just.
You think that's a better way to do it? Which
No.
is what it boils down to. And she can't give a fuck.
It just feels like.
She's like, I don't care if this Rashmi fucker thinks my art is right or wrong. You know, he can go fuck off.
It just feels. I was more excited that she married the duvet out of love than it being a performance art. You get what I mean?
Yeah, because that one was like, it was funny for you, and then this is a performance
funny,
art.
It was cute. I didn't find it funny.
Yeah, sure, cute, funny. I was like, she's not funny.
Depression, let me click.
Yeah, and then I looked at art, I was like, oh, it's art. And then I was like, why was I okay with it the moment I thought it was art? Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. But
why was I not okay with it the moment you said it was art? I'm like, no, that's depressing. Like, that's just sad. I felt bad for the duvet, like I thought it was really love for a second there. It is.
Probably is.
It is.
Yeah.
Imagine we see it on the ground next to it, someone sends a picture and he says the duvet you married Pascal.
Yeah, I divorced it. I caught him cheating on my boyfriend.
With my boyfriend?
On? Yeah. Worth it.
No, but cheating on the boyfriend means that it was dating the boyfriend. You use the grammatical issues.
Yeah, but in workplace.
We'll finish that topic. Oh my god, that was way too long for.
Yeah, I don't know, but I was, for a second there, I was in the zone. Like,
No, you brought up good points.
No. When I say I was in the zone,
Yeah.
I was staring at the floor because all my thoughts, like
Were flooding in.
were flooding in, and I was like, okay, if I could not focus on anything else. If I lifted my gaze from the floor, it would all go away.
Yeah, you're like.
So I was just like staring at the floor for like a solid 10 minutes or something.
You're like, I need to focus on one point and one point only.
Yeah, so that everything else can go in.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. I felt the zone.
Good,
Motivated.
Good. Now, before we go ahead,
Yeah.
sponsorship segment for the day.
Okay.
Wanna be sponsored.
Alright,
Segment.
wannabe sponsor. Yes.
You wanna do your world-renowned whistle?
Oh, we're still doing that? Oh.
Do it. I feel like I want to see whether you remember the tune.
Oh.
I do, but I can't whistle it like straight away. Like it's in my head, but I can't formulate it properly because there are pieces missing. And then once we started, it just. Have you realized that with like songs and stuff? Like
Yeah, because
like I know
it's been a while, or you forget it, or
you
something.
hear one tune
and then you're like, oh yeah, everything else comes in. Yeah.
Will also take money. Yeah. But the sponsorship segment for today is going to be what? Do you have an idea? No.
Are you asking me or are you telling me?
No, asking you.
Asking me that I have an idea what you're
Whether
sponsoring
you
for?
have an idea. Yeah.
No.
No. Okay. So it's going to be Prime Energy,
Oh, okay.
right? So I like my energy cans and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And also Monster, shout out to you. If you should still send us those cans,
Yeah.
right? But
Imagine how funny it would have been. Like, I love my energy drinks and cans and stuff, but I was so excited when Prime came out with a bottle.
that would have been funny. No, the thing is, I was excited when Prime came out as
With
a bottle,
Yeah.
but it wasn't energy. That was hydration.
Oh, damn! Really?
That's right. So now they've come out with a can.
Yeah.
A bit mad that it's just 12 fluid ounces and not 16 like a normal fucking can.
Yeah.
It looks clean.
Yeah, because of the color and like
And
how
like
spread out everything
the
is.
big font, you know, like they've done
Makes
some.
you just like things big, huh?
I mean, who doesn't, right?
Oh.
They have put a good amount of thinking into the design of the can. I feel like
Who is it by? Logan Paul or something? Jake Paul? Whatever.
Logan Paul, Jake Paul.
I don't know which Paul it is, bro.
It's KSI and Logan Paul.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I forgot KSI about it.
So
I'm not in the loop about things like this.
they are like co-owners or something like that.
Corners.
Corners, yeah. I really don't care that they own this, right? I was introduced to it because of them, but if it didn't taste good, I wouldn't drink it,
Yeah.
right? And you have had the Prime Hydration, pretty good,
Yeah.
right?
The bottom
This one was pretty, bottom
Yeah.
one. This one was pretty good. Prime Lemon Lime. The strawberry, no, orange mango.
Orange mango. Yeah, the orange mango.
That was pretty good too. So the flavors are really good. And the best part is,
Maybe I just like citrus.
yeah, we love citrus.
Yeah.
Cilantro, I like cilantro, but
I like
don't
cilantro too. For me, like my go-to flavor for everything is usually orange. Like candy, orange.
The thing is, you can't go wrong with orange.
Yeah, because it's so basic and like.
And if you go wrong with orange, everything else has to be bad. Like
Yeah, like orange is the benchmark.
yeah.
Because it's like if you can't go wrong. If your candy doesn't taste like orange,
I'm not gonna buy the other candy.
yes, like the others, I'm
Like
really suspicious of.
the rest could be amazing and you
Yeah.
fucked up the orange, but I'm not gonna try it.
Lemon or lime sometimes could be the
Understandable.
mark as well.
No,
you know?
but lemon and lime you can fuck up. Because, you know,
Yeah.
like they managed to fuck up starry fruit, starry dew, whatever the fuck that was.
Well, I mean that's what they're going for.
No, but they wanted more flavor.
Apparently that's more flavor for them.
That's,
Send them to Asia and then come back.
but yeah, anyways, Prime Energy, really good. Nice little can, a bit expensive though.
Really?
So,
How much is it?
$2.87
Wow, that's so
in
expensive.
Walmart. So, if you guys are listening to this, KSI, Logan Paul,
Yeah, Rashmi's a big fan. Like he's always watching your stuff and your fights, and your YouTube videos.
it's because I grew up with them. Like, definitely with
Really?
KSI.
In UK?
No, in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, he even has the accent to match it. So
That's
yeah, Like
well, not Logan Paul. He is an American accent.
Yeah. So if you sponsor us, like just sponsor
Yo,
Rashmi.
imagine we got
take him to
sponsored
UK.
by Prime or something like that, and we had the tiny logo at the start. That would be so sick.
Yeah, and then like
I don't need to go to UK and shit like that.
just so you can go see KSI there, and then spend a day, like maybe a round in the ring with him or something.
Bro, that would be pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Imagine
so,
I knock him out. Like,
alright, KSI, you heard that. So like come for us.
no, I need the Prime energy.
I'm gonna tag this in one of your videos. Come fight him.
That would be so funny.
Yeah, he loves.
No, the thing is, no, like PewDiePie. Okay.
He wants to fight PewDiePie so bad.
End of sponsored segment, right?
Okay, bye KSI.
Bye everyone. But no, we'll talk about that. The thing is, YouTube. Who did you watch on YouTube when you started?
I can clearly only remember Superwoman, Lily Singh.
I can remember that. But Lily Singh kind of dropped off now after doing the TV show, live show and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't make a lot of YouTube videos, right?
I think she does. I just haven't been paying attention.
See, that's what I mean. Like,
because
I
turned off. No, I just turned off my notifications.
A lot of people turn off the notifications for Lily Singh for some reason.
No, I just turned off all of mine on YouTube because I don't like notifications.
Me neither.
Like if an app
I
randomly
just
sends
turn
me
off
a
the
notification.
notifications on the app.
Yeah, I do that for most of it. So like the only ones that I do get notification from is like Messenger and stuff like that, and I turned off the sound. So if I go to YouTube and it shows me like notifications over there, I get so mad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, I don't want to know that they came out with a new video. I'll go and see if I want to see. Don't tell me.
Fair enough. I understand that. But what do you call for me?
But then I forget. So it's not a perfect system.
Yeah, that's on you.
Yeah, that's on me.
Forget it. But for me, it was like PewDiePie, KSI, and then there was this.
My friend loves PewDiePie. He would. I remember watching a couple of videos with him. The one where he had PewDiePie was playing this horror game and he had the.
Amnesia, but he had a statue in his hand.
Yeah, well, I forgot he called the statue by a name.
Yeah. That's how he made it feel like you were watching a friend, or like it felt really homely. Like it felt nice to watch his videos, which is why he amassed.
It was just funny. Was Alejandro or something like that?
I can't remember.
The name of the you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Amnesia. He was playing Amnesia, and he had.
Yeah, was it a statue or like a trophy or something that
it was a trophy, I think.
And every time it fell down or something like that.
Oh no! You get all upset, right?
And that was kind of funny, But what was it?
Amnesia statue name. Let's see.
Statue name. You think you can find it?
Yeah, 100%.
Stefano.
Stefano, there you go. I told you it would be there immediately.
Yeah.
No, Stefano.
Yeah.
And he actually used to get scared, which was the funniest shit.
Yeah.
He hates playing horror games. At least he used to hate it. Because now he's not as scared and shit.
Oh, really?
But he used to hate it because he's actually scared and shit like that, you know? And, but that's the thing. So PewDiePie, KSI, and Logan Paul when he started, like literally when he started, I was watching him. Because I used to like him on Vine. You know? And then
I never had the Vine app.
I did not either.
I
But I
only
would watch
saw-
Vine compilations on YouTube.
I saw them after Vine died, which is funny.
Oh no, I did have the Vine app. I never made it once.
I never had it. I
So
was
King
too late.
Back was on Vine. King Batch, not King Back. And then the
He's really funny.
yeah,
On
he's-
Vine and like even now his
that's
videos
why
and
he
stuff.
was the most followed Viner.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I can see why.
Yeah, he got to 10 million in no time. You know?
It was funny.
He was really good. And he's still really good.
Yeah.
But and then
And he does stand up now too,
yeah.
which is really cool.
And then there's this animation god, like real life animation. You've seen his animation, like
Really?
he'll come out of a door or something, like that's in the wall. You know what I'm talking about.
Is that Ryan Higa? Is that what?
No, not Ryan Higa. Ryan Higa is one of the OG.
YouTubers.
Yeah,
I think I saw some of his stuff maybe. Or my friend watched it and I watched it.
it's like super cool. Like he'll take stuff out of a screen and shit like that.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
I
But I
forget
don't remember the name.
It's called the Magician King or something like that. He's really cool as well. But those three were the main three I watched, and there was Asian people I used to watch.
Lily Singh.
No, Tim De La Ghetto. Lily Singh I would watch once in a while, and I did subscribe to her, but I didn't watch her often.
Okay.
And there was this studio that I used to love, because they would make these really cool animations. It was an animation studio by some Asians,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I would watch them. And, but so I grew up with KSI,
I see.
and stuff like that, and seeing how KSI used to be like an idiot, and where he is now,
Mm.
it's mental. And the same can be said to PewDiePie, because he was never ripped. But have you seen him now?
I remember seeing a picture of him. Yeah.
Dude's fucking good, like in good shape.
Mm.
Like
I believe you. Is he still in Japan? He moved to
he
Japan,
moved
right?
to Japan. Yeah.
So is he like a citizen of Japan now? Or
No, he permanently lives in Japan.
So he's not a citizen?
No, he has a work visa and stuff like that. But he looks good. You know, like
Yeah.
he worked out and stuff
Goals.
like that. You know, like look at that. He got that himself. Like no, like he might have a trainer,
Yeah.
but he works out at home.
Mm.
You know,
Interesting.
so we have no excuses.
I do.
I have a wedding coming up.
Mm.
We have a wedding coming up.
Yes.
I'm one of the best men. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Grooms?
Groomsmen.
Yeah.
Right. So I have to get in shape. I have like I don't want
Is
to.
the best man her brother?
He's
Alright, Jay has a brother.
yeah. I think he'll be the best man, obviously. Right.
Mm.
I can't be. I feel a bit bad because you know like back at home,
Mm.
if you're like a groomsman and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to be like same height or slightly shorter.
Really?
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Because my dad asked, so, but aren't you taller than him? And I was like, it doesn't matter over here,
Yeah.
you know. But after he said that, I was like, yeah, it's a bit hard for me to be anyone's groomsman if that's the case.
Yeah.
You know, just towering over. I was like, I'll just stay in the back. I told my dad, I was like, all the pictures just, you know, just the head.
Yeah.
And-
Just go down a little.
And even Carissa's brother is big, like he's my size.
Oh. Hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. We've got. It's not even a New Year's resolution. I've been trying to get fit
Yeah.
for a while. Like it's just I have time now,
Mm.
so I'm gonna work on it. But yeah, let's move on to the final topic.
Yes.
Let's try
Final
to keep it
topic.
quick.
Quick.
2.5 hours. We've been talking 2.5 hours.
Nice. I think we can do better. Let's go for 4.
I feel like we could easily go for 4 if we wanted to. You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
I think if we'll probably divulge into food again, and then
Oh, 100%.
what?
Wedding food.
Yo, wedding food. Oh my
Back
god.
at home though, I don't know about wedding food here, bro.
Yeah, back at home, food. Oh my god, wedding food.
That's what you wait for at a wedding.
Yeah.
Fucking wedding, like, let's get to the fucking food, bro.
Yeah. Oh my god, when you self-serve and like all that curry, bro. Like I think wedding is where I eaten most like mutton and stuff.
Yeah, because you don't get it usually back
Yeah,
like
'cause
at home.
It's either
We
at like-
already diverged into food.
yeah, it's always at like either wedding food or like temple food.
Oh,
Where
really?
like people do like prayers
Back
and
at
stuff.
home, temple food won't have meat, so maybe.
Yeah, like no, if like it's by the temple, normally no. But if it's like a temple that's by one of like the protector gods and stuff, then
they can serve meat and stuff.
yeah.
Right?
So, and people who do prayers, they usually have like goats that they would sacrifice for the god and stuff. So
Goat.
yeah, one of those temples had a place in the temple, like on the main place where the gods are. There's one
Sacrificial table.
not table, like it's just like the god statue is like there in like the front of the temple, like just like a couple of feet in front of him. That's where they will sacrifice the goat, and then they have like curtains that they put around when they do it.
How would they kill a goat? But
Slice.
where is the goat gonna stay? Like, do they tie the goat down or what?
Maybe, I don't know. I have not seen it, thank God. I have been unfortunate enough to listen to it.
What does it sound like? I thought it was
Goat
like
bleeding
one.
like crazy, and
one-
then silence.
It's like one swing, though, right?
Probably if it's knife is sharp enough.
I thought.
It's not like you're gonna slice it open.
I I thought it was an axe.
Not necessary. No, I don't think it's an axe. It should be like a. The protector gods, they have this
It's just a trident.
like a saber. No, scimitar. Scimitar?
Scimitar, right? Or is it scimitar? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
yeah, that's the one.
The curved blade.
I don't think it's a saber.
No, it's not a saber. I
Scythe.
spelled it wrong. Scythe.
No, it is a scimitar. Yeah.
Scythe is more used for agriculture and stuff.
Yes. But
Scimitar is used for me.
scimitar. Yeah.
Puvi does this really weird thing.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh shit, I forgot that I'm listening to us on this.
Yeah. What?
Scimitar. Yeah.
That's a British one. What's the
I
American?
swear, I always do that. British one, and you always do that.
Scimitar.
That's hers.
Scimitar. I think scimitar, yeah, so, but
What weird thing do I do?
sometimes you'll have the British pronunciation, sometimes you'll have the American pronunciation. For me, it's either British or something I made up.
Yeah.
But you, it's like American. or
Listen, I had both. I grew up with British, and then I came here and it's American. I can't help it.
I thought you were.
And then I went to college, and it was worse. Outside of college, it's all British. Inside the college, because I'm doing the American program, it's all American. I'm like, yo, color.
But yeah, anyways, continue. So, why are they bleeding? Because they know they're about to die? Or what?
Probably.
Or is it just a normal lamb bleeding?
No,
goat
like
bleeding?
like the bleeds will be like increasing and like lot. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, I need to leave, and the temple is massive. And I'm like, I can't get away fast enough. And then the blood just falls right down.
Oh, you've seen, like, you've been, like,
I've been-
in front?
Not
like,
in front, but like I've been close enough.
to see the blood just.
Yeah, and my parents were like, no, close your eyes and cover your ears, and I
No,
didn't do it.
no.
I didn't do it fast enough, and I just saw the blood wash out inside that place, and I was like, no, I should have listened.
I don't think I've ever seen an animal being killed.
Me neither.
Well, ants and stuff I have, but not an animal.
Yeah.
That's funny. I've never seen anything die in real life.
Mm.
I have. I was so sad.
I have too. I saw a kitten die, and I could have stopped it, and I still regret it all.
What happened? How did?
I was in this.
Well, you have. I know you have, because about what you told me about those.
No, that I have no recollection of that. Right. So.
But you have seen it. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know. Maybe I just look away while I do it.
You
You know?
don't know.
Yeah. But I went for this like talk kind of thing that was like a few days, and you know they were teaching you different things about like memorizing things better
Yeah.
and just learning and all that bullshit, right?
Alright.
Once it was done and I was waiting for my dad to come pick us up, there was this kitten, this tiny ass little kitten that got like it was just trotting and somebody's like everybody's parked cars out here, right? Kitten went and I think slept or laid on the car rim, and that person later came out and started the car.
Okay.
I was hella introverted, hella shy,
No, I get
right?
that.
So I was torn between going up to that person and telling them to stop, like don't start the car, and another part of me was just frozen. Like I was like
Yeah, yeah.
the indecisiveness as well.
Mhm.
And they started the car, and the car, turned and drove off, and kitten just fell out, and it was just like
Did it like explode?
no, like it got hurt, right?
Okay.
And it was writhing.
It was having a fit, basically. It
Like
was with
after getting crushed, right?
Yeah.
And it fell
Oh,
out
it got
of the thing.
crushed.
It got crushed,
So
but
there was
not
no
full
blood
on.
and stuff though?
I didn't see anything.
Okay.
But it was like convulsing, and then it died.
Mm.
And I was like, I could have stopped that. I could have saved that kitten, and I still regret it a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, it's not really. It is. I would say
Like
like
I saw it
2%.
happen.
Like, but you were a kid and stuff like that. I understand. For me, it was I couldn't save. The thing was, I was driving from your place, uh, Crystal Apartment, what was it? Right next to Rhodes.
I don't remember the name, but yeah.
Yeah, I was driving down there, and I saw a person on the road, and I slowed down and I stopped because I wanted to go, but it didn't go. It was sleeping like, so I got down, and when I went near, I saw some blood, and like a bit of it was damaged, like its head,
Yeah.
right? And it saw me and it tried to get up, but it couldn't, you know.
Yeah.
And then I lifted it, and it like snarled at me, and I kept it on its legs so that it can go, and it just fell back down again, right? And I'm like, oh shit, fucker's dying, right?
Yeah.
And I was so sad because he was like having, like he could move his body, he was paralyzed,
Yeah.
basically, you know, and you could see the terror in his eyes, and I was so sad, bro. So there's nothing I can do at that point, you know. Imagine I was like, so I just put it on driver window, and no, I didn't do that. I put it to the side of the road and covered it with some leaves so at least it was a bit warm, you know. And I drove off, but I was in tears. Like I'm like, shit, what the fuck do I do, you know?
Yeah.
And like I don't even know if there are any vets or anything in Cape.
Nothing close by, I think.
Yeah, and it was at like 2 in the morning or 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Bro, I would be broken.
Bro, I was so sad. Like I was driving back home and like tears were coming down my eye. I'm tearing up thinking about it right now. But yeah, like what do you call it? It was like hella sad, you know.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do anything. But it was weird. I came back to pick you up the next day, and the leaves were there. The possum wasn't there. So either the good thing is someone took it to bed. The more likely thing is someone just threw it to the drain or something.
Not drain, like they probably, like you know, they have like roadkill, not department, but like the people who clean the streets and stuff, they probably got rid of it.
I don't know, but yeah, it was like hella sad. I was like, damn.
Yeah, every time I don't think about the kitten, because when I do, I get like super emotional about it, and I can't like if I think too much outside.
Yeah, my eyes got teary, like fully teary.
I would be like, no, if I think about it too much outside.
For me, the thing is, it was at like age that I could actually do something, you know.
Yeah, and then
but I still could.
helplessness.
Yeah, I was so sad about that. But yeah, how the fuck did we go from food to? Oh, okay, I know. Temples.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really don't want to talk about food and shit right now, just because but wedding food is banger.
Yeah. Gee, if you listen to this, the food better be banger, bro.
The thing is, I have faith in G.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there is another aspect.
Yes.
There's another side.
Yeah.
Where he might not have control over it.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
So,
I'm just joking, G, but you know.
How serious?
Well, a little serious, like 3%. Yeah.
53%. No,
Like, I mean, I'm gonna try to get fit just so I can, you know.
yeah, we need to
be
work out.
nice.
Yeah, I need to go down to 100. I'm a stop. I'm barely walking into this wedding. 63 kilos, you know. But anyways, let's get to the last topic and end the day.
Yeah. What's the last topic?
Teenage
Mutant Ninja Turtle.
wilding over drinks.
Drunk Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
No.
Okay. Teenagers wilding over drinks.
Yeah. I know you don't know the topic, so I made it really easy so that you might be able to guess.
People going crazy over Starbucks drinks?
No.
Alcoholic drinks.
Yes. But not going crazy. Maybe going crazy, it depends on how you define crazy.
People going crazy over alcoholic drinks. People having Four Loko and being fucked up.
No. Shall I tell you what happened?
Yes.
It happened in the friendliest country in the world. What's the friendliest
Canada.
country? Okay, yes. Toronto. Homeless man swarmed by 8 teenage girls and killed after he tried to stop. After he tried to stop them from bullying another homeless dude to give his drinks to them.
to give his drinks.
Yeah, so the homeless dude had
What?
some alcoholic drinks with him, and they were trying to peer pressure the dude to give him,
Yeah.
and the homeless man went to stop them, like, hey, don't do that, this and that. They swarmed him and then stabbed him.
Did he die?
Yeah, I just said it.
Oh, you said he killed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro, what the fuck?
they punched him and stabbed him before running away. They didn't wait till he died, obviously.
Yeah. Did they get convicted? Did they get charged? Did they find them?
They found them.
Nice.
And the teenage suspects were arrested shortly after the victim was found on the street suffering from multiple stab wounds and later pronounced dead at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Guess the age group. I didn't say teenage, but it's within
15, 16.
13 to 15.
Damn.
13 to 16. 3 13-year-olds. 3 14. 2 16. So it was
Wow.
13 and 14 mainly.
Damn, that's fucked up though.
They killed Ken Lee, 59 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Damn, what?
like, is it the parents' fault?
No? How? What?
Like, are kids becoming more violent in this day and age?
No.
Because the other topic I had
Mm-hmm.
was 6-year-old shoots school teacher after argument. You knew that one, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, 6-year-old shot the
In
teacher.
the US?
You obviously. This was in Toronto. They use knives, so you see the difference, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a bad joke, but the 6-year-old shot the home teacher, a homeschool, not homeschool teacher, but a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
Whatever, elementary
Whatever,
school
yeah.
teacher, right? 6 years old, bro. Like, that's what I'm like, are the kids getting more violent? But is that because parents are becoming more lenient? You know, the thing is, I'm not for, like, controlling your kids and stuff like that, right?
You're not?
But there is a what the fuck?
Like
That's-
controlling your kids? What do you mean?
No, as in like, hey, fuck you, listen to me, otherwise I'ma fuck you up, right? I'm not for that.
Yeah.
But I feel like
I think you can
they
do that
need
in
to-
simple shop calls. You go ahead.
that's worse than being like, the thing is, I feel like because they want to show good parenting techniques,
Mm-hmm.
they become so lenient that they don't show the kids what's right and wrong.
I don't know if I agree with that. Because, and every aspect of it, even
No.
when last time,
Yeah.
you can't blame it on just one party.
No, I'm not saying it's completely the parents' fault, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, but
Because
I
there
don't.
are-
I don't think it's because parents are getting lenient.
I
Maybe
know.
See, it's
Because what I'm saying is,
yeah.
the amount of kids who are more violent now
Mm-hmm.
feels like it's much higher than the amount of kids that were violent back then. Maybe the difference is that those same kids were violent,
Mm-hmm.
but only with their friends.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? But now the kids are becoming violent to everyone. Like, because like the parents were strict and shit like that.
Mm.
I'm not saying beat your kids up or anything like that, but they need to have ground rules. Like, I don't know whether this is a great example, right? But with Blue, I never hit her or anything like that, right? I have spanked her butt whenever she crossed heaven. But other than that, I don't hit her or anything like that. But I let her know that she can't get super aggressive with us because that's not right. You get what I mean? Like, I just put her time out. That's what I do, right? And whenever I put her time out, that's the best way to teach a cat apparently. I did the research and whatnot, right? And when you do that, now she's very, very friendly. And even if she doesn't like it, she'll meow instead of like trying to claw you or like, you know, like trying to bite you.
Yeah.
And then she'll just go and sit in her bed.
Mm.
That's showing that she wants to be left alone. You know?
Okay.
So I'm not saying to do the same thing to the kids,
Mm.
right? But I'm saying if you don't show that you need to respect people and like, you know, the thing is I'm showing to Blue that we respect her own space if she goes to bed. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm in pain, let me be, right? If she don't, what's happening now is a lot of parents are giving the kid the space,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not showing the kids that they need to respect others as well. You get what I mean? A lot of parents are doing it right, but I feel like some parents take it too far and be too lenient.
See, I don't know because like
And the
you
kids
you
are
can't.
absolutely in the wrong here, by the way.
Yeah.
No one stabs a person in their right mind.
Yeah,
Like that.
like you can't. How do it's not. You don't know everything that's going on in every single home that has parents and kids, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So at one point, you you can't say it's not because there are parents who are too lenient. That like again benefit of the doubt and everything, right? You
Mhm.
have to have at least some, and then you have some are too strict, and
Yeah.
then you have some who do teach in the right way and stuff. But it's like different things because kids get even if you don't teach a kid anything, right? They would pick up things. They mimic, they see things online, they see on like media and like they see your parents and like other people, the
But
streets and stuff like that. It's a collection of everything, right?
hmm
So uh, at some point, sure, you for some you can blame the parents, but you can't always do that because the environmental factor, like what they learn at school, what they learn online, what they see in movies, TV, stuff like that, everything affects them, and you can't really
But that's what I'm
designate
trying
it
to
to
say.
one thing.
The violence that kids are being exposed to is much less than what you and I were used to being exposed to. Do you know why? The internet used to be a much less guarded place. So like
Yeah.
you could see an ISIS beheading on Facebook and it would be there for days before it's taken off.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now it won't even get uploaded onto Facebook because of the algorithms and the
Yeah.
AI that's there, right? So like there's so much less violence on the main web.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So if anything, kids are being shown less violence these days.
Yeah.
Like if anything, you and me should have been the violent generation.
I am violent.
You are the least violent person I know. You're
Lies.
very violent in your head. And when you were a kid,
Get me a knife
fucking
and I'll
up
show
those
you.
chicken. The
Get
only
me a knife and
the
I'll show you
only
how violent
person
I am.
violent you are with a knife is to you. You are a threat to yourself.
That is right? That is different.
But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, you get what I mean, right? Because
Yeah.
we could go online and search the most fucked up shit, and it would be there. Now you search the most fucked up shit, Google
Mhm.
blocks, blacklist those websites.
Yeah.
You know, you can't search on Google and get those sites that you want to go to if you want to see, go and shit like that,
Mhm.
right? You can't find it on Facebook randomly scrolling on groups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So it's become a much safer place for kids online,
Mhm.
but kids still seem to be getting more and more violent, and I feel like that's because kids nowadays
Mhm.
know their worth, right?
Yeah.
But they also overestimate what is right, wrong, what is right and what's wrong. Like they don't have a good understanding of what can be, what's okay to do, and what's going too far. Because
No.
they're not given the the parents, the teachers, the adults in their life
Yeah.
are not giving them the right parameters. Like for us, you knew killing animals was wrong, right?
Did it?
Did you?
Yes. Maybe.
Yeah. So, you knew that stabbing a person wasn't like the thing to do, or bullying a fucking homeless person wasn't the right thing to do, right?
Maybe, but I think that also plays, like I said, it plays into like your personality.
Yeah, no, there were 100% bullies in our schools and stuff like that
Yeah.
as well. But you won't see one of our school bullies, or very rarely one of those school bullies become a bully in real life as well. You get what I mean? Like when they're with their parents and shit, they're fucking saints.
Yeah, because
Right?
the parents will fuck you up.
Yeah, but nowadays kids, the bullies in front of you
Mm.
and bullies in front of their parents to their parents. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
That was this funny incident that I saw. A kid was made to hold, I am a bully in school or something like that, by the
Yeah.
parents, right? In
Mhm.
front of their house for like an hour or something.
Yeah.
And people were backing the kid.
Really?
They're like, you're giving it so much trauma, giving him so much trauma and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? And personally, I don't think that was too harsh of a punishment or anything like that.
Yeah, because you deserve it.
If you deserve a punishment because you were being asshat to
Mhm.
the society,
Yeah.
you have to go like consequences of my own actions, basically.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
And nowadays, people are like, "Oh no, you're bullying the kid." Nah, bro, he bullied, so he's getting his punishment for being bullied. You get what I mean?
Mhm.
There are so many people who try to uh, make everything seem like a problem nowadays.
Yeah.
That people are scared to do anything. You get what I mean? Like, I don't use the word. What's that word that people use when people are when they think people are too soft?
Violent.
No, too soft. I think that's.
Whoa. No. Too soft.
I think.
Jelly. No.
I think it's
Cotton. No.
like
People are too soft. Snowflake.
snowflake. There you go. I don't use the word snowflake, right?
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people who try to push boundaries so far
Mhm.
that like it goes to that snowflake territory. For example, there are people trying to push the word MAP instead of pedophiles. Minor attracted
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. That's not. I wouldn't say that it's snowflake.
What do you think that is? Would
Uh,
you want?
No, like no. I think the because when you say snowflake, right? You're like,
Yeah, no, you're hurting that person's feelings by calling him a pedophile. Is why they changed it. They want to change it to MAP.
no.
That is the
They-
reason.
They wanted to change it so that it would be more acceptable to be that, to be
Yeah.
called that.
Yeah.
And everybody else is like, no, you are not getting onto the LGBTQ thing.
Oh yeah,
Just
they
because
want
you're
that.
like,
That was
that
funny
was
shit. They were
stupid.
like
I was like,
LGBTQF.
Who the fuck thought that would fly?
And the funniest shit was there was like a psychiatrist saying, "Oh yeah, it should be MAP." Nah, bro. I think that's what I'm saying. You're trying to push boundaries of acceptance
Yeah.
too far.
That one, I wouldn't. That would be like a special circumstance for me.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
right?
I get what you
So
mean.
like people try to push the boundaries of acceptance too far.
Mhm.
Oh, she bullied the kid. It's okay, you know, he'll learn as he grows.
No.
How will he learn if she
Yeah.
do not show that he's wrong?
Because like for some things you do need punishment, some things you
Oh,
do need
you
reward.
need
You need like you said, the parameter. You need the right and wrong thing.
exactly, which is why, and I feel like a lot of parents nowadays are afraid to do anything pertaining discipline and stuff for their kids
Mm-hmm.
because of how they think the society would react.
Well, how society would react, and like some people have gone through stuff like that, so they don't want to mess up the kid like they got messed up.
Like,
And-
yeah, no, that's fine. I understand that.
Yeah.
Like, for example, though, like I saw on TikTok, right? You know how this altered my brain chemistry and stuff like that.
No. What?
Those TikTok videos, how being with this person altered my brain chemistry. Have you
No.
seen this? So there's this trend going where you'll see how something altered my brain chemistry, right? And there was this a kid putting how working in my parents' shop altered my brain chemistry, right? And the first slide, and I was so confused. The mom sent a picture of the daughter or son in the forest, right? Like through the CCTV, and was like, "Did you eat, darling?" And her reply was like, "I don't want to be here," right? And then it said being what he called being in the restaurant was the first slide, and I was like, that shouldn't affect you in any. the like if it was like why are you sitting
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, you know, I get it because she was sitting in the table, and if it was like why are you sitting,
Mm-hmm.
or the mom's just watching me 24/7, you know,
Yeah,
like
that's understandable.
yeah,
But
it
like,
was like did you eat that? Like why are you getting affected by that? That's a good thing,
yeah,
you know. And then it said having to wash the dishes in the restaurant, and it showed a pile that looked like your sink.
okay,
That's not a bad pile for a restaurant specifically.
yeah.
You know, you worked in a restaurant, you see
Yeah.
how it fucking piles
Yeah,
up,
I feel
right?
bad about my sink now. I'm like,
No, your sink isn't bad, is what I'm saying.
yeah, and then you equate it with a restaurant. I'm like, okay, cool.
No, I'm saying for
No,
restaurant,
no, I get it.
that's
I get it.
nothing, you
I
know?
Yeah, yeah.
And then, like, the other one was prepping meals beforehand. Those are normal restaurant. Like, how is that altering your brain chemistry? Like,
Yeah.
if you feel that it's affecting your brain chemistry brain negatively,
Yeah.
you're becoming a bit soft. You get what I mean?
I think that's just entitled.
That's what I'm saying.
Because like
People
you
are.
think you shouldn't work, because you're like, oh yeah,
It's
I'm
your
a kid.
family
Why am I
restaurant.
working? Yeah,
Bro.
that's not you working. That's you helping out.
Yeah.
Like that's what putting food on your table. Like help
Or
out.
in your house, bringing money to your house. You
Yeah,
know.
to your pocket. Like, this is
if
indirectly.
I had a
money.
restaurant as a kid, I would have loved working there. You know.
No, well, I don't know. I think at some point I might have gotten bored about it, but maybe
No,
not.
like might get bored once in a while, but I would have loved working there because you know I get to help making the dishes and stuff. But that's just me. But I won't feel like it's a burden if I
Yeah.
think if they were like, no, you can't go out and play and shit, maybe a bit, you
Yeah.
know. But that doesn't happen. Usually they don't want you in the restaurant
Yeah.
because you're trying to eat shit. At least with me, it
You
was the
follow.
case. Yeah, me and my brother and I. But I don't know which one actually is right.
My brother and me.
My brother and me doesn't sound right at
Or
all.
me and my brother.
Okay.
I think it's supposed to be the other way, but it's because usually it's like you put yourself in the context, right? And a lot of
Yeah.
times when you say you flip it and then you're like, no, it's for my brother and I, and I'm like, no, that's not it. Like the I doesn't fit there. Put a me there.
Me. But like I said, like nowadays kids are mistaking entitlement
Mm-hmm.
for being a good, like being a normal person. You get what
Yeah.
I mean? And the parents don't know what to do with that
Mm-hmm.
because they don't want to be like.
Because a lot of times, like stuff they see, kids nowadays and kids back then are like a lot different. Their exposure online is a huge factor,
Mhm.
right? So for parents as well, it's becoming like a lot of like uncharted territory, if anything, you know? Because like yeah, because
for
a lot
our
of-
parents maybe.
yeah, but it's like even for like new parents and stuff, right?
But they know what the social media and stuff is.
No, they know the social media and stuff, but after every generation, like let's say, for example, like every year, right? You get slightly behind unless you're like actively in the thing.
The only thing I never use and it's so weird to me still, even though it's my generation, is Twitter. I don't care about it.
Me
Like
too.
people are all about Twitter, and I'm like, I don't fucking
I think
care.
if I was to, I think I would do well on Twitter. I would post like I would say like the randomest shit there. You know,
I
like
have
my
one
thoughts and
post on
stuff.
Twitter,
Really?
and it's about some fucking Superman thing. It's a joke on Superman. Anyway,
Uh, But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. Maybe they are more violent today. Maybe they're not. But or maybe it's just more reported now compared to last time because everybody has a phone. It's so easy to get everything out there, you know. So I don't know. I think that's what it was. Instead of like, cause I even back home I had people who, not I had like I heard of people who did all this bad shit, and I'm like why, how, and like kids bullying other kids until they die and shit, and
yeah,
that's just fucked up to me.
100%. I agree on that. But I don't know. It's just so weird. Like you would never expect that, right?
Mm.
You would never expect this in our life.
Really? Another Rashmi Rana Singh in Colombo, Sri Lanka.
There are like
Were you in
10.
Colombo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you call? I would never, as a kid, have the I'ma kill someone.
Mm. Wow.
What did I say here? I'm just.
I love how your two posts you joined in February 2020. President of Brocology. Okay. 3 followers. First post in 2020, December 3rd. I'm just saying Superman wouldn't be so super if he had a peanut allergy. Okay.
Come on, that's good.
That's good. And then the second one, January 11, 2021. 2021 feels a lot like a whole lot of nothing. What the fuck were you on?
The same shit. I still find it really funny. I'm just saying though, Superman wouldn't be so super if he had a peanut allergy, bro. Imagine.
I'm gonna start posting shit on Twitter.
As a villain, the only thing you need to do is manage to put some peanut butter on something Superman eats. He's done. Man's dead. And I'm not saying like a slight allergy. I mean like man's gonna die if he has peanut. Okay, kryptonite, that's the best. But yeah, well, anyways. Oh shit, did we stop? No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Let's just listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still going.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But like, has this been 3+ hours?
Probably.
Puvi, this might be our longest episode yet.
Well, then again, we did start streaming early. Well, you didn't go live that early, right?
No, I went live 10 minutes before.
Yeah.
So 3 hours, 10 minutes. Alright, anyways, final thoughts about that.
I don't think we can 100% blame the parents. And
No,
maybe
it's not
kids
100%,
no,
but I
get
feel like that is a percentage.
Fucker, let me say my statement like that.
Sorry,
Damn.
sorry, my bad, bro, my bad.
Allow this one time. Yeah. Can't blame parents 100%. Kids maybe are getting more violent, maybe not. No clue. Social media probably a big factor. Other kids' exposure, school, every fucking thing. Environment. You know, what they experience in their daily life. Some kids are just fucked in the head, and you know, yeah. That's it.
The some kids fucked in the head has always been a thing.
Yeah.
100%. I feel like they are letting their intrusive thoughts win now because there's less control around them. That's why I say 40% parents, because 60% is still the kids, not parents. 40% adults, because I don't want to put that much blame on the parents.
Yeah.
I would say 20% on the parents, and the rest of the 20% is the rest of the adults, teachers, fucking people they work with, shit like that, you know. But at least 20% on the parents.
Yeah.
But that's horrible, right? Imagine being homeless
And getting
and getting stabbed by teenage. Why were they having knives on them?
right?
Imagine they stabbed with scissors or something. That's more.
Or they
than
car keys. Well, yes.
13,
16.
2. Powerful explosives. 6 of them. No, 8. No, that's powerful.
One puts the key on and one steps on it.
Bro, humans being violent, humans fighting swords and shit, I'm completely fine with, right?
Humans, I'm not fine with.
No, I'm fine with that too. Humans brawling, I'm fine with. But when they get to like stomping heads and shit,
Yeah.
it's so visceral and so gruesome.
Yeah, so unnecessary.
That reminds me, India is one of the worst places to be a woman. I'm just saying. I saw this video on NDTV. You know NDTV, right?
No.
It's an Indian channel.
Not racism, but it's not. Anyways.
No, it's really famous in Southeast Asia, which is why I thought
You
you
don't
would
know.
know NDTV. It's not famous in Sri Lanka, but it's like an additional channel that comes in cable and stuff, satellite
Mm.
and stuff like that. And it's there in India, it's there in like Bangladesh and stuff like that as well, which is why I thought you might know. But a girlfriend
Mm.
told her boyfriend
Mm.
that they couldn't get married because the parents said no.
Yeah.
He kicks her in the stomach, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then throws her on the ground,
Mm.
stamps on her head 3 times. And then she starts having a fit.
Yeah.
And then he starts worrying. Slaps her around and shit, no problem. Oh, all fucking cool, right? But when she has a fit, that's when he starts worrying. And then she died.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't get her back out of the fit.
Yeah.
So he left her on the side of the road. And 5 hours or 4 hours later, someone else called the hospital or something.
Yeah.
And that's when they found her and she was dead.
Damn.
Isn't that so fucked up? Like,
No,
that was another
India
video.
always has this problem, and I think
No, like, why
Even-
do they think males have so much power over women?
I don't know.
You know?
It's just the way, like, the patriarchy basically at one big point, right? But like if you watch a lot of Indian movies, especially in like the olden days and stuff, it's always like guys who
The woman is slaving over the guy as well, by the way.
well, yeah, and like for example, right, like kids in college and stuff, they'll go after a girl, and they'll be like, "Oh, I love you," and the girl's like, "No, I'm not interested," and stuff, and then
That-
they throw like acid on her face and
That
everything.
happened, forget acid, he shot her in the head. Another
See,
video.
and
And I'm like, why is the friend okay with this, by the way? If
Yeah,
I was a
like-
friend that saw that dude's getting fucked up.
yeah, and
Like,
yeah, your friends around you are not great if they're letting that happen for one, and like if you say you love the girl, her simple no and like rejection of you is causing you to do that. That means you didn't like her.
yeah, you were
Like-
infatuated with her.
Yeah,
And you were like, oh, if I can't have you, you ain't getting shit. You know, you ain't,
Yeah,
and
no,
no
like
one's
that-
gonna like you.
why is that fuck you thing so hard there? Like why is it? I don't get it. It's
It's-
just so sad.
It's so disappointing. Because
Mhm.
other countries have violence as well against women and shit.
Yeah.
But it's if the woman cheats, or like if the man's cheating or something
Have
like
you
that.
heard of honor killings?
Yeah. Like,
Happens a lot in India.
because she got raped and shit like that, right?
No. Like the caste system and shit like that. If
Okay.
a girl falls in love with a guy from like a lower caste, the higher caste people will feel
Family kills the daughter, right? Yeah. What the fuck, right?
Yeah.
Why is caste more important than your child?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So disappointing and like you're pulling yourself down
Mm-hmm.
as a country.
Yeah, like fuck's sake, like.
The other honor killing that I've heard about is if a woman's been raped and shit,
Mm.
and the person who raped her doesn't want to marry her or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
they kill the woman. The
That's-
family kills the woman. And that was another thing in Italy until
Mm.
1960s or 50s or something.
Mm-hmm.
If you get raped, the person who raped you can marry you.
Mm.
What kind of fucking dumbass shit is that? You know? Like, they're like, oh, he can marry you because he raped you, so you guys had sex. Like,
Yeah.
what?
It's that twisted sense of the virginity thing, because even in India that's a thing.
Not even virginity, it's masculinity, and it's.
No.
Because if a
It's
guy
like,
gets raped, nothing's gonna happen. You're not gonna kill the guy, you know?
nobody's gonna say that a guy got raped. First thing.
I would if I got raped.
You would. But in India and stuff like that, like the idea of a man getting sexually assaulted is still very much like sounds outlandish to people.
Yeah.
You
How
know,
can you
because
get
like,
raped?
yeah,
You
you're a
get
guy. How
jailed.
can you?
Yeah.
And that kind of thing, right? So again, that idea of virginity is like that's why they do like the honor killings and shit like that, because like if for them, like sex is supposed to happen like in East or in Asia at least, right? It's like sex and all that's supposed to happen after you marry. So it's like the person you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life. So if a girl gets raped, then they'll try to get the person who raped her to marry
Yeah.
her, because then like nobody will say anything. Because now if the girl is, they're like, oh, she's not pure anymore. Nobody else will want the girl because she's been raped or she
The
has
other
had
thing,
sex.
the same thing when they get divorced, the girls get so looked down upon. Like
Yeah.
she becomes below any caste. Like
Mhm.
oh, no one's gonna want her now.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, shut the fuck up. Like why are you putting like that's tradition, that's culture, which should not be there.
Yeah.
You know, it's disappointing.
That was sad. Sad note to end on.
Yeah, let's not end on that. But then both were sad. It was a sad topic that we went was another sad topic. Right?
Yeah.
We went 3 sad topics back to back from food,
Yeah.
which we've never done. We usually go from sad topics to food.
Yeah. I'm still kind of hungry, and I gotta go to the bathroom.
No, we
too,
need
so
to. We need to.
Let's go to Bob Evans.
We'll talk about that because we need to take another person as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
So, I like Bob Evans. I have been wanting to go to Bob Evans.
I wanna go. I'm
Okay.
hungry.
Cool. But before we end it, you said you had one more, the back page of
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
So
we're gonna end it with things that we might find
Tiny.
annoying, but we know that our friend Jackie definitely finds annoying.
so tiny things that annoy Jackie.
Yeah.
I would say new friend Jackie, but at this point she's not new friend.
She ain't new now.
New friend.
That's right. Whoever is watching, hey,
Hello.
because there's 2 people watching.
Wow, 2 people. That's nice.
One's me, right?
Mm.
So that we know that the stream's going well. But I don't know who the other person is. But whoever you are, hi.
Yes. Hello. Okay. So this was on January 3rd. Out of nowhere, she
My
just
birthday.
texted me 2 things.
Yeah.
The number of wheelchair spaces at Walmart and how they take up the entire column when they really should take the 3 columns and only use like 2 spaces each. Also the sheer number of shop online spaces.
What do you mean? What the sheer number?
Of shop online places. Like those parking spots for like you buy online and you pick up.
Oh, in this London fucking
Yeah. Why
parking
are there
lot?
so many?
20?
Bro,
What do you
who
mean
the fuck?
24? Bro, I'm so messed. I'm not even so tempted to go park there. It's like such a good spot as well.
Yeah, and it's like, listen, you put like 5. Good.
Yeah,
Good enough.
no, 8 I understand. 4 on each side.
Bro, every time I go to Walmart,
You nearly park there, and then you're like,
and then I'm like, it's so close.
Yeah.
But almost all the time I've been at different times. I
It's
never
empty,
see-
right?
It's empty. Who the
Empty.
fuck is parking there?
That's
Listen,
I
London,
completely
you're not big
understand.
enough.
No, you might be big enough, but no one's gonna shop online that much.
Next time, you know what I'm gonna do? It's just a spike so I can.
I did it 2 times.
Really?
I was like, I'm here for 5 minutes. No one's gonna know whether I'm here for.
Oh no, I said I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna park and be like, hey,
Oh, okay.
give me my stuff.
I done that once, but the other 2 times that was I'm gonna park here.
Mm.
No one else is parking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna park here.
The
The
number
other
of
one,
wheelchair space. Yeah.
when you mean wheelchair, I'm assuming it's the mobility scooters.
Yeah.
That is
No,
true.
I think not mobility scooters. I think the disabled parking.
Oh, there are like 4. You know what? She's right about that too.
No, I think it's the space they have is too big. I think.
No, but that's understandable because
No, not like normally you have one disabled spot and then you have like space beside it because
Yeah.
people who have
wheelchairs and stuff like that.
wheelchairs and stuff, like those cars that
Yeah.
have like the door open and then
Yeah,
they put
slide,
the ramp and
yeah.
stuff like that for those. But I think this one there's either too many or it's too big because it's so weird. Like there's one it's not one disabled parking. It's not the same way as the others. It's facing the other way, like to
It's-
the side.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
That's so that they can straight park in and then pull out the wheelchair from the back, I think. But
I
like,
don't know.
but
That's so
that
weird.
one I understand, but I also understand their point.
Yeah.
But they should definitely take out the fucking online parking spots, bro. Like,
Mhm.
like you don't have that many people coming to Walmart to get it from online.
Yeah.
You know,
And the disabled parking that she said, right? They have 6 columns, and one of them goes so far back.
That is true.
Like, isn't the goal to make it closer to the door?
Yeah.
So why the fuck are you putting it all the way back there?
I get that. I understand that, but I also think it's just because there are a lot of old people in London, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, but if that's
I
the
get
case,
what
put
you
it
mean.
closer,
Yeah,
right? On
yeah,
either side of
yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
Not just one
No,
big stretch
that's
all the way
also
back
because
there.
of the fucking online parking and
Yeah,
online
that's on the other
pickup
side.
thing. Yeah.
I swear to God.
Remove the online pickup near that. I know you're trying to make it helpful for your Walmart employees, but you don't need that much.
Yeah. And she was also kind of mad about the return cart corrals.
Bro, I get so annoyed. Okay, you know what? Forget Jackie's personal pet peeve there. My pet peeve, when people don't put their carts in the corrals.
Yes.
Fuck you. Like, because I don't care about parking spaces and stuff, right? Because you're making it harder for the Walmart employees to go and pick up the carts, right? Because if you put it in the corral, all they had to do is get it from there and put it.
But the thing is, Jackie said she gives them some of them a reprieve because some of the corrals are all the way out in the lot.
I understand that too.
Right?
That's
That one
fine.
acceptable.
But the
Reconnection. Whoa. Hello.
Excellent connection is getting back.
Okay. I
Yeah,
do not
we're
know
back.
what
We're
happened,
back.
But okay.
Yay. But
Hello.
so right, Walmart corrals, they should have like a big board saying if you do not put your I forgot the cart. How did I forget the word? If you do not put your cart back in the corral, you will get pinged and down, right? That would be so much of a what he calls scare for people that they would put it back in.
Literally, simple solution. Make them get a quarter for the cart.
That is fine.
That would
but
solve it instantly.
no, but the issue there is I never carry quarters around.
Yeah, but when we went to Aldi's, we always had quarters.
No, I never had a quarter. What
Yeah.
happened was I always usually when I go to Waldi's when I go to Aldi's alone, I usually carry the shitty
Well,
money.
yeah, because you have like only that amount of
Yeah,
items.
exactly.
But if you do want a cart, usually we try to find
usually
a
I go
quarter.
with you and you have a
Yeah,
quarter.
and then you're like, that's why I had quarters.
Yeah, because
Like people
of all.
will learn to have quarters.
No, I understand that.
That is such a
But-
simple solution.
But then you're taking away some people's jobs in Walmart.
That's fine.
No, that's not fine, Bhumi.
No,
It's
no, no.
fucking
Here's
employment.
the thing. They don't for people who they hire to just return the cards, it's not as many. If anything, people they have like shifts where they work
Yeah.
inside and then they come outside.
Yeah.
That means they can just work inside. You don't need that
But there
many.
will be less people.
Listen,
There will
if
be
you can,
less people who have jobs at the same time.
that's fine.
That is not.
That
No,
is fine.
fuck you.
No.
No.
Listen, because the problem is that's a problem there because you don't have enough people all the time to always make sure that. And if it's like windy and snowy and shit like that, and you're having people bring the carts back, that's not fun for them either. Like sure, they're getting paid for it, but again, it's not fun for them, right?
I think you
So-
get paid a bit extra doing those things. I'm not
Maybe,
gonna
I
lie.
don't know. But honestly, just have them work inside where it's more comfortable, they get paid proper wages and shit, and just put quarters in the cart.
That is a decent solution, but without that solution,
Is something muted? No.
I've closed everything else here. But
I don't think so. Okay, we should be fine. I don't know why this is.
Maybe it's because it's 5:30. People are finishing work. More internet
On
usage.
Sunday?
Yeah.
No. I don't think so.
There are a lot of people who work on
But
Sundays.
this is my Wi-Fi.
Puvi, you
No.
know how internet works.
It's my Wi-Fi.
But yeah,
Everybody else get off of it.
so I don't know. I was going to bring that pet peeve in today actually.
Yeah.
Bro, I personally go put some cards back because, like, it's such a shitty thing to do. Like, if you're like, I understand.
Yeah.
I give the benefit of the doubt to the people who are disabled and like
Mhm.
in the first style. When
Yeah.
I see cards there, it's okay. But if you're right next to the fucking card
And you don't leave.
and you don't put your card, you're an asshole. Is what
Yeah.
you are. You know,
I think I've been fortunate enough that I've never had to, like when I'm going in the aisles, I never had to stop, push the cart out of the way, and keep going.
the one I have had to do that, but that was the
Not
one.
here, at least.
That was the one time I was like, you know what? I'm okay with this because I got a car straight away. You know, that was once when it was placed in
Yeah.
such a way both cars could come in
Mm.
and like park properly,
Yeah.
but it was in the middle, so I just took that car around.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, any other ones or?
That was the last ones that she sent, right?
But I respect that. I really,
Yeah.
yes, Jackie.
And
I'm
we
glad
talked
you
about
that.
people eating with metal utensils,
Yeah, we did. We did.
chewing ice, toilet paper.
I think we actually talked about metal utensils twice. With us.
I don't think so.
Yeah. In episode 2 as well, we talked about it, and then episode 6.
No, that was different.
No, we talked.
I talked about people clinking metal utensils.
Yeah. but
Remember,
that's
I brought a
not
plate and then I hit the thing.
Yeah, but that was the second time around. First time we talked about utensils as well.
Yeah,
But it's
no,
fine,
the first
we-
one was like eating, like scraping your teeth onto the fork and like biting.
I feel like we still went in
Maybe,
a bit
maybe,
there,
maybe,
but yeah,
maybe.
but that's fine.
And I can't remember, but like people who like spit toothpaste and then don't clean it.
That's first of all, what the fuck?
Like how sometimes like if you don't brush your teeth properly and you spit, there's like a chunk of toothpaste that hasn't been used.
Never had that because I use up all the what?
Yeah, like you haven't seen people.
I've had
Like-
it where when I open the toothpaste, it just pops out and some toothpaste falls in the sink. I always clean it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's more or less what you're saying. Like there's toothpaste left on the sink.
Yeah, there's toothpaste left, or even like when you spit and you don't clean it up properly.
No, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I've
Nah.
seen.
If anyone's fine with that, you're fucked.
Yeah, Rashmi's coming with your paintball gun.
I will. Bro, I know about paintball.
Mm-hmm.
You should. This summer.
At G's wedding.
No, can't do it for his bachelor's party because he can't go with like paintball like marks and shit.
No, during the wedding.
Oh.
Right before he says I do.
I do too. Just fuck him up.
Take out the priest in the middle.
No, he told me that he wanted me to do a speech. I'm like, and finally, Puvi, it's time that I just pull out a paintball gun. And
I just bring out a Gatling gun from under. Spray everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gee, you're gonna have fun, bro.
No, we're not gonna do that, G.
Yeah, gee, we're not quote unquote. We're not gonna do this.
But yeah, alright, to end it,
Yeah.
why don't you read once your poem? Wait. Yeah. Do you have a positive one?
A positive poem?
Yeah.
Oof.
Because we try to end on a positive note. So I
Positive.
love your poems, which is why I was like, hey,
Did you read Pretentious last time? No. What did you read last time?
we read the song, a bit of the song, and then I think we read the angry one, Flame in Your Heart.
Yes. I have one about struggle.
Alright, let's try to make it a positive one.
It should be positive.
All I want to do is climb my Everest. Every day I try as fast as my legs can go, but it never seems possible. I always end up a washed up mess. A simple yet daunting task. Even Sisyphus wouldn't want this fate. Sorry, my list got in there for a sec. I wish for the sun to come out, nice and bright, and bring in the dry. Maybe then I'll feel less washed out, like I'm on the path of the impossible. Made possible for moments at least. I crawl, I climb, I struggle. Someday, I promise to myself, I'll make it up there. You know what we?
That was kind of positive.
No, it is very positive at the end. I want you to read it because you have a nice reading voice. Come in front of
But you already read this though.
No, do it again. We'll have Paul who read it better.
Oh, okay.
I 100% know you did it better, so you'll do it better. But because you got that nice reading voice, I got a slight nasally tone in my voice. I've noticed, but I can't help it.
I had this idea for like a YouTube thing
Yeah.
that we could, if we could maybe kind of collab and do it, like kids books, you know.
Yeah, we've talked
But-
about this before.
But I had this idea that I can come in with like a raspy voice kind of thing, and it's like the knowledge keeper. So every day it's like not every day, but like every video it's like a different book or something that we
We
can
should-
read out
So
in the voices.
why don't you
so.
do the knowledge keeper's
No,
voice
no,
in
no,
this?
I haven't perfected the voice yet, so that's fine.
What was the voice gonna be like?
It was kind of like gonna be kind of raspy, kind of deep.
Give me an example.
I can't think of it right now.
In the old days. Are you gonna
That's
be a bit
it.
old?
Maybe, because I kind of see it in my head of like this hooded figure.
Beard.
Maybe.
Has to have a beard, bro.
Yeah,
Knowledge
maybe.
keeper.
Yeah, beard. He's like
The old
weak,
days.
kind of thin. Like his hands are like almost like bony.
Got
No, because
Can
no, the way I
He's got
see
a
it.
book in his hand.
The way I see it is like, imagine like in space, right? Everything is just like dark like that, and he just massive dude is like in the hooded robe, and he's over the world, and it's kind of like a book.
We should make a V2
And he's
character.
like, yeah, and he's like, I'm the knowledge keeper, and he's just like,
I am knowledge.
yeah, and he's basically like, yeah, this is to try and preserve knowledge for like future generations, and
That's kind of cute. I like
Yeah.
that idea. Fuck with that.
yeah. All right. So, anyways, let's go with this. All I want to do is climb my Everest. Every day I try, as fast as my legs can go. But it never seems possible. I always end up a washed up mess. A simple yet daunting task, even Sisyphus wouldn't want this fate. I wish for the sun to come out, nice and bright, and bringing the dry. Maybe then I'll feel less washed out, like I'm on the path of the impossible, made possible for moments at least. I crawl, I climb, I struggle. Someday, I promise to myself, I'll make it up there.
Yeah, I like that.
I'll make it up there.
Keep trying. You'll make it up there.
Yeah.
That's the positive affirmation for the day. From the poem.
Yeah.
The struggle.
The struggle.
It's the climb. You know?
The Miley Cyrus song?
Yeah. Alright.
Don't be suspicious.
You wanna wrap it
Don't
up?
be suspicious. Yes.
Good episode. Real good, real long.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Right.
Alright.
Good, long, wrapped up in a bow.
Okay. Talk soon. Anyways,
Talk
it was a cartoon.
I know.
Put the lime in the coconut.
Is that what song's from?
I think so. That's what I know.
I saw it in the not Wedding Planner, but that was the show. That was a movie. You can hire a wedding, a best man or something.
Kevin Hart, yeah.
Yeah, that dude. And the dude in there's like put the weed in the cup and like
Light,
light the shit up.
Yeah, I remember that. Anyways,
Yes.
it's been
An honor.
a great honor speaking to whoever was there. We don't know how many people were there.
Me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
Yeah, Taylor Swift, my girl Heaven's favorite artist. Puvi's one of his favorite artists. English went out of the door there for a second. But yeah, it's been your boy Rashmi and
Yeah, other co-host Puvi.
that's right.
Yeah.
This has been season 3, episode
10.
10.
We'll see you next year. Bye.
Bye. Next year, relax.